Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Hello.
Welcome to Legends of Avantris, episode 49. How about that, ladies?
Wow.
49.
49.
We're almost one episode
Good
away.
old 49.
Thanks for the sub, Hurricane.
Oh, yeah. Thank
We don't know why your
so
sub
much.
badge is jacked up. We'll fix your
Well,
sub
no,
badge
his badge
somehow.
is fine, but it's just Streamlab bot, whatever.
Twitch should keep track of the number of months you've subbed, even if it's not in a row. No worries. No sweat.
worries.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So, we are a bunch of nerds that embarrass ourselves for your entertainment.
Sorry.
Okay, so let us know if the sound is fucked, pardon me. And we have been playing Dungeons & Dragons together for like over 3 years at this point, which is all part of this campaign, which is culminating into, a bunch of fun business that's happening.
Is that what you call it, Mike?
Fun business, that's what I call Dungeons & Dragons. Let's see, this is a mature stream. We do 5th edition, a lot of homebrew shit. This is the homebrew setting of Avantris. We're going to be at KatsuCon in tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. If you're going to be at KatsuCon, come hang out. We got at least a couple viewers are going, so...
If you see me, don't even think about approaching me. I'm kidding.
Wow.
And Summer Creations, if you want cool dice bags and leather dice trays. We actually did our giveaway yesterday.
Yeah.
So congrats to Folly on that.
Followers. Thanks
700 followers. Thanks everybody for
Congrats
your continual
to
support.
Folly Potter for winning the
Congrats
giveaway.
to Folly.
Thank you, Fakega Mergle.
Oh, it's the Mergle.
Appreciate it.
Mergle.
Yeah, our number one fan, Fakega Mergle.
Thank you, Virgil. Speaking of that, we are doing Twist of Fate, where every 500 bits, and this is unique per campaign, but every 500 bits we get, the party gets a reroll that they can use, and basically if we get like 3 rerolls and it's not using the session, it rolls over to the next session. But it's only Prime, gets their Twist of Fate, Beneath Dark Wings gets one, and the like, and Feywild gets one. I think with that, we are pretty good to go. Let's introduce our players. We have Nikki playing Sylvie Flickerwicket. We have Kelsey playing Annulin Mossgrim.
Yo knows what's up.
We have Richie playing Rodek Stonehearth.
Hey.
And we have Andy playing Vandris True Strike. I'm Mikey, I'm an Ironing Board DM. I literally DM on an Ironing Board. I write fan fiction, roll dice, and do silly voices.
And we're about to gank some zombies.
And we're gonna get to gank some zombs.
I said more like slutry.
I am slutry.
Very slutry.
Oh boy. And so, how about we get some appropriate... There we go.
Oh, it's creepy.
There we go.
Feeling appropriately creepy.
So, last time on Legends of Avantris, the party had just gotten holy water, and they were feeling pretty good. They decided...
Let's go to sleep.
They were feeling pretty good. They, however, got an invitation from Alphonse to attend dinner on the eve of Nuit Blanche, and it was just for Sylvie. The rest of the party decided to stake out the joint at the bar next door, and they did that. And Sylvie went alone to a dinner with Alphonse, where he was very transparent about his vampire nature, and basically, more or less.
Yeah.
More or less.
What was the dead waitress's name?
Her name was Henrietta.
Thank you. My immersion is intact.
Okay, good. Her favorite game was Parcheesi.
Mine too.
Her birthstone was the Aquamarine.
Wow.
That's mine.
Well, she's dead. So anyways, he then made some cryptic comments about Sylvie not really knowing what she's dealing with when it comes to her warlock powers, and offered to join forces with Sylvie. And he would basically cast aside Laudna, cast aside Solaris, or he had called Mina. And Sylvie, of course, declined, dimension doored out of there. The party, they all then met and went back on the ship. The previous night, they had ran into a wounded figure in the alley, who they then found out was at least what's called Spirit of Tabaxi, was the number 2 of Leaf from Vine, the leader of the Jade Iris gang. And they brought him back. They got him. They basically saved his life. And Master Leaf, as he's been called, rewarded them with some magical teas and brews that basically are potions. And yes, Alaris is a great Unix-based NPC. It's also a great film starring George Clooney.
Oh yeah, that was
where I got it.
Is it actually a good film?
Yeah, no, it's really good.
All right, I'll put it on my list.
It's really good.
It's fine.
Good,
It's
solid.
fine.
Yeah.
It's solid.
Okay.
It's worth the watch.
All right, good to know.
So
Gotta give it up for Solaris.
they also then ran into Wendell. Wendell
May he
Halford,
rest in peace.
the mayor. He's fine. Wendell the mayor, who was very excited about a custom float that he had commissioned for the party, that he would ride on along with the party, that they would be guests of honor for being the mercenaries that killed the great black dragon Guru, and he gave them tickets to ride on the float. And everything was going to be fine.
And we all felt fine.
Tangentially related, it was nice that you called him by his real name, as a kind of a final farewell parting gift. You didn't troll him before he died.
I know.
That was the last thing name you called him.
It was, but that doesn't make me feel any better. But he's a zombie.
So,
continue, right?
So, they got on the float and they rode, and the plan was to just ride the float and enjoy the festival, and then into the night they would go invade the mansion and kill Alphonse. Well,
The best laid plans of mice and men not going to go awry.
so as the center float of Saluna reached the head float of Saluna reached the center square of New Arcadia Square, the procession stopped, and the party felt a cage of force around them. And a gentleman, a masked man, stepped out onto the float and raised a toast to the city, a toast to the town, and sucked all of their souls out horrifically when it turned out to be Alphonse Leblanc with the Chalice of Agony. And then the one that casts the Cage of Force revealed herself to be Laudna Gilder, and they can presume, flying through the air with a gross, bulging head. Who then flew over to to join Alphonse, grabbed onto the chalice with him, and cast a horrifically massive necromancy spell to resurrect the zombies all around the city. And they feel the force cage drop as the zombies shamble towards you. And party, I guess we'll do more regular-ish combat music.
I mean, I'm digging what you got going right now.
Well,
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Thematic themes are important in this campaign, and we got to save it.
What is Alphonse Leblanc's theme?
Nose is proposing we change Alphonse's name to Alphonse Hugelot instead of LeBlanc. LeBlanc is classier, but Hugelot's probably more.
It's
accurate.
mint overload.
That face with it too.
Oh, there you go.
God.
This was totally unintentional.
Thanks, Nell.
So,
My face asleep.
party.
Oh God.
You are all surrounded by zombies on either side on the float. As Emiria reaches down and grabs her scimitars, and she's looking around like, what the fuck did I get into? And zombies are all around you, scrambling up to get onto the float. You realize, however, that there is a corpse that's not risen directly in the center of you. You look down and you see Wendell. And it seems as if the beams of the necromantic energy were unable to pierce through whatever cage that you were in. So he has not risen. But you are looking over a sea of zombies, and then you start to hear the screams of individuals out in the crowd. And as zombies swarm your float, I need everyone to roll for initiative and be very careful with moving these.
I wouldn't even touch them. I won't touch them. Where would you like me to put the minis? Though?
I did not want to waste the ink.
What the fuck? Those numbers are too big, Mike.
Yeah, I'm seeing an 85, and I'm not comfortable with that.
Oh, well.
Okie dokie, Artichoke.
Oh, sorry. You guys have got to see
Roll a 20.
What in the ever-living dick nuts? Can I move this one?
Dick nuts.
Yeah, move all of it.
Okay, I didn't know what you meant by be careful.
Oh yeah, and so just like because I mean there's a bunch of
Anyway.
Yeah, because there's roughly 100 zombie tokens. That's not an exaggeration. I see a 99 or a 66. It's probably a 99.
It's a 99 for sure.
Because there's a 77 and 88.
You guys
97.
are on this float.
Holy.
It's Amiria.
Okay.
We are. That's
All right.
Maya.
Literally, you got Fireball, right? No, Felix is 2 under leveled for this campaign.
But you guys do have your
Oh, that's true. We do technically have Fireballs. That's true.
Fervors.
I really want
Wait,
to
I
save
never
those.
actually put all of the equipment in, I don't think.
Well, sucks to be you. You don't get Fireballs then.
Eat a wiener.
Eat a wiener. Eat lots of wieners.
What is with the other thing? Yeah, before
We gotta be
do that,
careful not to blow each other up, though.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to use fireball.
It will kill everybody in a 20-foot radius.
Okay, 20 to 25. Everyone's rolling for
Oh,
initiative.
shit. No, I didn't roll yet. Sorry.
25. Holy
I got higher than that. I got a 27.
22.
Yeah.
14.
Rodek is 22.
I lied. 13.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for. Oh shit, Amir is that block in the front. I'm gonna go grab that.
I'll pull up D&D Beyond.
Try to do that voice.
Welcome to the stage.
Okay, so
14
I
for
have-
initiative.
Superior. Potion of healing. What were the other ones?
Just looking at nose.
Potion of heroism and potion of fire.
So,
One
as
each, right?
I need a roll for Amiria. Oh, geez, she did not do well.
Yeah, I'm not much for AoE as a rogue.
yeah, once we get in the character, we're going to have to figure this out.
And then I'm going to do. I'm just gonna have Lumi be Amiria just for now.
Okay.
And then if we want to use Lumi as a separate thing, we can. Okay.
She goes on my initiative, though, right? Or-
Yeah.
So-
So Lumi will just be Amiria for this purpose. Okay, so as you all are seeing the sea of zombies, you're noticing that out in the crowd, there are specks of people that don't seem to have a drink in their hand, that are looking around, just completely mortified, and just shrieking their head off. And as you see some zombies turn to them, you already see some have been completely surrounded and are being just torn apart and feasted
So
upon.
they didn't get turned.
No.
That seem to have not had their soul sucked out, correct?
So basically, there were drinks that were some kind of alchemical potion that allowed them, when they were dead, to be risen, since they don't have drinks in their
No,
hands.
the Chasmagnet didn't work in the first place.
What?
Their souls weren't even sucked out by the
Yeah,
town.
he's saying there are still innocent people who weren't absorbed by the cup. So it might have a radius, a range.
Well, no, they're in the middle of the crowd, you're
Yeah.
saying, right? And they didn't have drinks in their hands, and whatever they drank must have potentially.
Meta.
Meta.
Out of
Very
character.
meta. Very meta.
Okay, so you're hearing screams from all around. You're hearing people running, and zombies from as far up and down the promenade as you can see. And what are you guys doing? Avantris, you're up.
All right. I've drawn Venom Spine, and in a sheer panic mode, I turn to the first zombie that I can see, which is number 6, and I stab it in the face.
Okay.
While I'll roll. I got I think it's plus. Hold on, sorry. Let me check my D&D Beyond. I believe that it's plus 10, but I
Okay.
want to make sure. Sorry.
Their AC is 8.
Okay. Yeah, I got a 21 then.
Their AC is 8.
Then
FYI.
all of us, we would have to roll a 1 to miss.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that an automatic fail? Is that the idea?
Yes,
it's an automatic
You
fail.
automatically
One
miss.
automatically fails.
All right, so that's going to be. I think. I'm sorry.
Fine.
I'm not.
I was the one that was late. I apologize. I lost track
It
of
is.
time.
I'm up to 66 because we leveled up. That's what I wanted to make sure.
Oh, yeah, and if we get to 800 followers tonight, we're going to do a ritual sacrifice of our producer, Rick, live on camera.
Oh, shit!
We're not. I'm kidding. But your stream, by the way, rated M.
So hold on. That's 10.
But
That's
if you get to
11 and
800
9
followers, it's kind of
is
cool, whatever.
10, 11, and 9 is 30. 33 plus 6 is 39. So I'll do 39 points of damage while I'm stabbing the zombie in the face. I start yelling, "Malice Maleficum! Where the fuck is Malice Maleficum?"
Did he take it with him? And I start looking through the bag of holding. We need to get out of here! I'll say as a reaction.
39 points of damage.
You stab the zombie. The sheer force is enough to kind of shatter its now weakened rib cage as it just kind of spits up blood. This incredibly fresh zombie that just kind of looks like a party goer, still with the carnival mask on. These are people's incredibly bizarre sight. You're not really seeing much of their face. Large brim hats, carnival masks, large, gaudy, colorful dresses, but all with those dead, slight glowing eyes that are all trying to devour you. You completely obliterate this zombie.
99 zombies left around the float. 99 zombies left.
Daniel, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to whip out my bow and I'm like, oh my god, thank god I've been training. And I'm going to volley attack on anything within 10 feet around me.
What?
Okay.
So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
It might be 11 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah.
8, 9, 10.
No, 10.
10. We'll give it 10 or 11.
What do they got to do?
Oh no, 11.
It's just an attack
4, 5,
on all
6,
of them.
7, 8, 9,
okay.
10, 11.
So
Yeah, we'll
roll
give it 11.
the attacks. There you go.
To make this easy, can you just tell me what would hit and I can count hits or misses?
8 or higher.
That was
8 or
basically-
higher.
You would have to roll a
You have to roll natural ones will miss.
Okay. And how many did you say? 11?
10. I got him here because that one's a little too far.
Okay.
So 2 successes,
4 successes.
4 successes, 6 successes, 2 more successes,
8 successes. And 1 fail.
No!
So, 1 and roll damage, please. Can we just do 1 damage roll maybe for the whole
Yeah.
the whole kit and caboodle?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll see.
Unless
how it
it's
works
really bad.
mechanically.
Well, I may be a benevolent DM.
So that'll be 11 damage to all of them.
11 damage to all of them, which is enough. And you see Annulin fucking Legolas the shit out of it, and she is rapid fire shooting, just obliterating all of the zombies in that area to them.
Sorry.
And they all go down except for the one that got critically failed. One of your arrows actually kind of manages to shatter as you pull it. But Rodok, you're up.
You still have 2 attacks left.
I do?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Level 11, guys. Fuck.
Wowee. So I am
Huge.
going to... I have 2 attacks? Oh, I do.
Never doubt the strength of manual hand.
Wait, why do I have...
You have 3 attacks now because you're level 11.
Where would it tell me? And I'm sorry I'm slowing this down, but where does...
Actions. Do
Can you read volley to me?
Attacks
just so
for
I can...
action still says 2.
you want me to find it? Or you want it in D&D?
Did you level up to level 11?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still says she has 2.
Oh, maybe fighters get it.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I don't think I get 3 attacks. I think I get 2.
So
Yeah.
you still get
No,
one
no,
attack.
no, no.
So you have 1 attack left.
One more attack.
Okay.
You can get revenge on the one that you missed.
Okay. Yeah,
Or
let's...
8% farther if you want, or whatever you want.
I'm gonna just shoot, turn and shoot past Sylvie and go for 26.
Okay.
Okay. You shoot over Sylvie's head.
And that's
Roll
another
damage.
pass. Ooh, that's 9 damage.
9 damage. It fires in, it sticks in, and it is still going.
Alright.
As it is shambling towards you. Rodok, you're up.
I'm gonna jump here because that's where all the zombies are, and I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna say, "Can we handle all of these? Are we going to get out?" As I attack 3 times. I think I can attack 3 times. Let me just confirm here. I'll just roll 1. Let's roll 3 times. Okay, so they all hit.
Yeah. She doesn't ever get another extra attack.
Really?
Yeah, only at 5th level. Shit.
There you go.
To be fair, volley's pretty broken.
That would be fucked up if I got volley and 3 attacks. Like,
That would be nuts. Oh, welcome, Wiley. Good to see you.
Hey.
The party's getting swarmed by zombos.
Give
Welcome
that
back,
little
pal.
puggo some levos from us. Yeah, the cutest pug.
So 11 damage on 1.
And you slice it in half.
I'll
It's kind of sickening, sliding, flashing collapse.
more damage on the 3rd one.
Okay, you kill it. They have 11 hit points.
That hits. And then, hold on, I'm gonna.
So how many is that?
So that's just 3.
You
So
wanna kill these first 3?
Those
Okay.
first 3. Oh, I just bent that. Whatever.
Okay.
This is truly terrifying.
Okay, are you done, Rodak?
Yeah, I'm just gonna look around as like.
So you're hacking through all of them.
And hold on, I'm gonna just get.
As you hear a scream is about probably 60 feet up ahead of you. You see a girl like no older than like 15 looking around. She has some glass beads, she has a mask, and she's surrounded by like 5 zombies. She's backing up and they're all kind of shambling towards her. And then all these zombies in this general area are going to
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, it's like too dangerous to be using fireballs in this situation is the problem.
Yeah.
Unless they like group up like out there or something, you know?
This is gonna be. I'm just gonna start kind of coagulating them as they start shambling towards you.
Gross.
These are kind of going along this float.
Along the float. Along the float.
and then
Whoa.
whoa. Is that fine?
Yeah, I'm sure.
That is good. Did you bump
Just
something?
be careful. Yeah, our camera. Just be
Can
careful.
we just move these in for you?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
We can probably move them in for you if you would like us to.
Yeah, I'm just
This
trying.
doesn't need to be.
We
yeah,
just
doesn't
know
need to
that
be
you're
precise.
attempting to destroy us with zombies, so move them as far as we can.
I think that's just fine. Okay.
These are all zombies, by the way. Anyone that's just joining us.
Yeah, there are 100 of them.
Zombies?
The most tokens
Okay.
we've ever seen.
So, I need to see. Oh, can you put one closer to you, Rodak?
Oh,
I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
How many are you flanked by, Rodak?
Well, can one get up on the float?
Yes.
Or- okay.
Alert.
Yes, the force cage. So we can get.
So there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 can hit me, but a few are also in range of Avantris.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck. I have Shadow Vandra sitting next to me.
know
3 attacks on Rodak, and then they all miss. We're gonna do 3 more on Rodak.
Disadvantage. Oh,
Oh,
I was ready.
disadvantage.
On me, not on
Yeah.
Rodak.
Can he dodge?
Fuck Rodak.
You know me. I'll
Rhoda.
take him. I'll fucking take him.
Rodak or Vanders. Okay, you dodge all of those attacks. I'm going to.
Yes, we're not really in Raccoon City, but I do wish we were. It kind of feels that way.
4 on Annulin.
Fanulin.
2 are going to hit.
Oh, am I gonna get zombied?
Yep.
We're going to take
We'll definitely leave you behind.
10 points of bludgeoning damage
Holy shit.
as they smash their fists.
It's
Okay.
like some rats on the walls.
Yeah.
We're gonna
That's
kill
not insignificant. That's honestly more than I
No,
expected.
I agree. And this time we'll definitely leave you for dead as a distraction.
Dude, we use so many tricks up our sleeves. Like,
2 are going to hit Sylvie.
I honestly don't think it's worth using the beads on these guys. I think we just have to cut our way through.
So 2 hit Sylvie, so that's 11 points of damage as they're just smashing on you. And then we're going to get some on Amiria. And she's able to dodge all of these. Sylvie, you're up.
I'm going to jump on my broom and fly up in the air.
Nice call.
So I'll
So
take
all of those
opportunity.
opportunities, so it's 1.
Just 3, 4.
No, 1.
5. Ooh.
5.
And then I'm gonna fly. You can fly me out here to kind of where whatever those are. Yeah.
What's your AC?
15.
15. One's going to be a natural 20.
Of course.
And the other, one's going to be a natural 20, one's going to miss, and they're going to hit. So, as the orc smashing you as you're on your broom, 12 points of bludgeoning damage as they're just smashing into you, just mindlessly trying to eat you. Okay.
And then the ones that are near Miria, 8, 9, and 37, I am going to hurl glitter lances at.
Okay.
All of them hit. One does 10 damage, one does 15 damage, and one does 13 damage. Or 12 damage.
12 damage. So the one with 10 survives, and the 2 get completely blasted as the one just kind of shambles and takes it in the back and continues to just shift its focus. And all the ones that were trying to hit you are all then just shifting their focus back to your comrades. Okay. It is Miria's turn, and she is going to do something really basic.
That doesn't sound like a Miri at all.
She basic.
She is going to...
Stat block and everything.
She is going to just say, we need to kill all of these. How the fuck are we gonna kill Alphonse? And then she's gonna do slice, and she's gonna do like this dance with her sword. She spins around and does an AoE slash twice. And so we're gonna see what she does, and that is gonna be enough to hit.
Emilia Blade Dancer.
Would she have walked up to more of them?
She would have walked to the corner.
That's good.
And that will deal... And she slices all four, the heads off of all of them, and they all fall to the ground dead. As she stands there, and she's kind of standing there looking around. She kind of has one leg up, perfectly balanced, and looking around. And with that, it is Monster's 2 turn, which is because you're being swarmed, they are just going to go again as they continue to shamble towards you.
Holy shit, who are Monsters 2?
They just get a second attack in this round because they're all...
A little horde of zombies.
A little horde.
Do we know which direction, where we are and which direction Alphonse's mansion is?
Alphonse went north, his mansion is north.
Fuck. I was hoping that you'd say it was that way so we could, cut through and just, literally run down an alley.
Well, there's multiple ways to get around the city. I'm gonna say that this is what I'm going to do. Actually, no.
What time is it right now? It's nighttime, right?
It's night. It just was
sundown.
just sunset. Yeah. And they're just kind of shambling around, a bunch of shambling Crenshars.
Okay. They're going to climb up, and we are going to get some more attacks on Emilia. And one's gonna hit, and one's gonna be a natural 20. You see Emilia, she gets knocked off balance as you see these zombies just wailing on her.
Fucking nightmare.
Okay, and then Annulin, you're going to take 4 attacks. One's going to be a natural 1, other's going to fail, but one is going to be a natural 20 on you.
Jesus.
And it is going to deal 6 points of bludgeoning damage as it smashes into you. Vandris, you're going to take some attacks.
Disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
At least until 1 hits.
1 is... It's going to be a miss. It's going to be a miss. It's going to be a miss. And...
I'll use my reaction to just attack one of the guys.
It's going to be a miss. Okay.
Cool. I hit.
I'm going to use my reaction to have some M&M chocolate bar.
Nice.
Rodek, you are going to be... you're swarmed by Zambos, and you are going to take some attacks. Some Zambos, which is... And your AC is like a high, right? 18?
19.
19, holy shit. Which is... They all miss except for 1, which does max damage, 7 points of bludgeoning damage. It smashes down through you. As you're kind of trying to dodge, you manage to kill one that is attacking Vandris. But one is able to just smash you with. You kind of feel the crash of a glass as it shatters on the back of your head. As these zombies are still kind of holding the things that they had in life. And then with that, it is Vantage's turn.
As I begin to move, I am going to shout to the group, we need to cut our way through this horde and make our way to Alphonse's mansion. I don't know if we can deal with all of them. And then
we need to get out.
And then I'll move away to incur, I guess, 3 attacks of opportunity.
You can't move through enemies, right?
No, I'm just moving. I'm moving up to the empty space that Rodek left behind.
Yeah.
I'll incur 3 attacks of opportunity at disadvantage.
Yep. Okay, disadvantaged. Ooh, 16 does not hit.
Nope.
So close. Okay, no, and that's for 1. And then 19 will hit though.
All right, I'll uncannily dodge.
Okay, 7 points of bludgeoning damage as it smashes into you. Okay.
I gotta make an attack.
Yep.
That was just my move. And then I'll just attack number 5 in front of me here. I got a 20. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of damage. Plenty, even though I rolled like minimum damage.
Yeah.
I rolled like 20 damage.
You see Avantris' rapier just smash through one of its skulls. Okay, Daniel, you're up.
Okay. I again am going to volley attack, but I realized last turn I should have been disadvantaging,
I see.
so I will do that now. I
Well,
apologize.
you can pick a point on the ground to volley around. So you don't have to volley around you. You can pick like here and volley in a 10-foot point around here.
Oh shit,
Are
really?
you sure?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I think it make at least.
Rich, you're making it sound like it's like hail of arrows. I don't know if it's like a volley attack or if it's
You
like
can
point.
see
like,
when your weapon's range.
Yeah.
there you go.
You literally are just doing the
You're
World of
shooting an arrow
Warcraft.
and it just splintering off into
So
a ton of
basically,
different
you
arrows.
would pick like an intersection of a square, and then it would be
I see.
1, 2.
And then you just
It'd be
rain.
like, it would be a
is
square.
broken.
Yeah, you rain hellfire down on people.
I love
Fucking
it.
nice.
Okay.
So you can actually kill a whole lot more of them than you
Yeah.
thought. So like,
Yeah. I'm gonna do. I want to get all of it.
he's like, I didn't plan for this. Just kidding, just kidding.
Okay, so if I go, hold on, I'm trying to find an opportunistic area. Why that way? Oh, because we want to go that
Yeah,
way.
that's the direction of Alphonse's mansion. But I shouted that out. That's the only reason why I'm saying it, because I shouted it out. You can choose not to listen to. You can choose
Okay.
not to listen to Avantris.
77 is going to be my point
Okay.
of volley, so that would be 1. Will you count those? Because I'm bad at swearing.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of all over the place, but if we straighten them out, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them.
it's within 10 feet.
Oh, sorry.
lot.
Of this point.
Yeah, at that point.
Well, if he's up there, so it's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. I don't know. It's like because there's a miss point there. I guess
And
this guy would be there
diagonal.
too. Diagonal's kind of tough. Yeah.
Let's do 9. So it's the immediate surrounding and then 42. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total. That's what I'm counting.
So 2 passes.
Got it.
4 passes.
I just rolled 10.
6 passes.
Yep.
8 passes.
Roll 10. Roll one more.
Oh.
I counted 10.
9 passes. 10 passes.
Damage?
Damage. I'll roll 1 for all of them. That is 13.
13, that's enough. You just arrows are raining hellfire down as they are getting slaughtered.
So I made a mistake though. So when you do that, you don't get your second attack.
Oh,
that's fine.
Which is fair.
Yeah,
That's
totally
cool.
Seems like a good trade-off.
Yeah.
10 versus...
You mean because my next question, can I volley again?
Go back, yeah.
Well, that's why I was looking up. Like, oh, can she volley twice? Yeah. No.
Cheers, guys.
Here we go. There's a lot of zombos. I don't even know what Shatter is. I wish I had Shatter. Whose turn? My turn.
You're up.
Can we fly out? As I'm going to.
I reply, some of us can!
I'm going to walk here, incurring 1, 2, 3 opportunities acts if they choose to take them.
They will. And they all miss.
Okay, I'm going to attack number 1.
Has it been since this one?
It barely kills him. I'm going to attack number 4. That kills it. And then I'm going to walk up here and I'll attack number 19.
Okay.
Barely kills it.
Okay.
So then 1, 2, 3. I'll stand here, so Vantage isn't totally fucked.
I'll be alright.
I'll say, come this way!
Okay. So, as you all are, you're fighting your way through Rhoda. You are hacking and slashing across. The zombies start to fill in.
Morty. Oh no.
And separate.
it really doesn't feel worth it. I could beat a fireball myself because I have enough dexterity to not get hit by it, but I have to not hit anybody else.
Oh, where's the young girl, by the way?
Dead.
Oh,
Consumed.
Make a perception check.
Also, just stylistically, how quick are these zombies moving?
20.
They're moving about 20-25 feet a second, so they're moving they're not
No, they're human.
but they are still human beings. They're not super athletic.
22.
Okay.
But they're fast.
So they're not fast zombies, they're just normal.
25 feet per second, that's fast.
That's as fast as Rhoda.
You see the girl up ahead. She has a slash mark across her chest. Her dress is torn. She's kind of cowering back against the wall up ahead, probably about 100 or so feet.
Oh, up here.
Yeah, up there. And Mayo.
Holy
Holy moly!
That's I think our very first full year of subs.
Hot dog!
Yikes.
Hot diggity doggity!
And you can see her up ahead as you're standing on the edge of the float, and the zombies are all now around her. She's now just kneeling down, cowering in the corner.
I'll yell up to Sylvie, "Save the wee one!" Then I turn back.
Just real quick, look at the battle map.
what?
That's ridiculous.
Well.
So where's this child?
Up here somewhere, 100 feet ahead.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We're all going to be attacks. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3.
Upload.
We're going to get several on Annulin.
Several.
I might just pull the trigger.
Oh wow.
It's up to you, man.
One's going to hit.
2.
5 points of bludgeoning damage, and then several on Emiria.
If I have to hit myself, but
And she is able to dodge all but one, and one smashes her in for a bit of damage. And then Avantris, they're disadvantaged now. Fail. 17 hits?
18.
Okay. Very close. Very close.
Thanks, Orpheus is dead.
It seems as if your shimmering windward albatross mirage, almost like this image on the sea, just really easily tricking these stupid fucking zombies. And Rodek, there's going to be a number of attacks on you. Oh!
Thank you for the
thank you for the follow!
Thank you.
Rodek, you get hit by 3 of them, one of which is a natural 20.
Holy
that
shit.
smashes
Stop
into you.
rolling natural 20s!
Well, there's hundreds of them. It's he gets so many rolls. It's bound to happen.
11, 14.
Oh, statistics says.
20 points of bludgeoning damage.
From how many
That's a big
attacks?
review.
20 minus 9 is 11.
As they're just smashing into you, and they're managing to get in. Some of those are just from the teeth as they're sticking in there. These previously hungry revelers are now turning to your flesh and blood. And so you're up.
I'm not gonna be able to reach that little girl if she's 100 feet.
You can fly and then shoot. Your range is 120 feet alone.
And how many are around her?
I said 6, didn't I?
Some number,
5.
yeah.
5.
Okay, I'll Eldritch Blast 3 of them from here.
Okay. So you fly up. You see the 5 that are surrounding this girl. She's backing up behind this barrel, and
2 of them hit.
2 of them hit.
What?
Yeah, I rolled an after 1. Oh, but what's their AC?
8.
Oh, great. No. Oh, no, it's a natural 1, so I fail. Duh. And then 6 and 13.
13. You manage to blast one. You set it off. It stumbles. And it stumbles over, despite it not dying, and it kind of collapses to the ground. You see its arm flies off, and it knocks into several of the others, knocking them down. And she uses that opportunity to kind of back up a little bit more into a corner and kick one away. You do manage to incinerate one, and it seems like she's been able to get a little bit of distance. And with that, is that your turn?
I'm gonna use my movement to move my full groom's movement toward her.
Which is how far?
50.
50.
2, 3, 4, 5.
She's gonna look around and says, "How is everyone feeling?" Emiria.
I'm
okay.
Are you alright?
How much? 50 feet.
If she's 100 feet away,
I'm
I'll be
okay.
next turn, so it doesn't really matter.
Keep slicing!
That's 50.
Okay! And she does
more slicey!
a spinny dance, and she's spinning around, slice, and she's gonna make some attacks. And she's following Rodek's lead, and she gets all of them.
What's her AoE? Is it all around her?
No, it's just 4 that she just basically slices.
Okay.
So she is just going to 1, 2, and then 3, 4 here.
Okay.
Just to kind of
get you out.
Thanks.
I got it.
And then that's 75.
Yep.
Thanks. As she slices through and says, I think we're making a dent on him. And with that,
Keep going!
with that is
So much.
you move all of the zombies in.
Catapult
So
from,
does she want to move towards Rodek though first?
Oh, she's going to move for Rodek. Yeah,
Okay, just to kind of like make progress.
Yep.
Then these guys are all going to move up and filter in.
Yep, totally.
Is she going to take any opportunities?
No, she killed all the things that were around her.
Okay, yeah.
I'm assuming you want them packed as, like, you know.
Yep.
I'll let
Okay.
them out
And then
here.
we're gonna do some attacks on Annulin.
No!
As these masquerade zombies, one is gonna hit, and it's gonna deal 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And
Damn it.
Is this where the girl is?
Oh, Mike, should these all be up here? Up to?
yes.
Okay. Alright, I didn't know if that was like.
No, she's like over here. Never mind.
We are in deep shit.
And two manage to hit Emiria as she's trying to escape. She just gets smacked. We can't go out to a bunch of fucking drunk people.
We're not going to!
And with that, it is.
How's she looking in here?
She's looking fine. She's taking some hits, but she's fine. She's a hero of some repute.
You mean a mercenary?
A mercenary.
Hero for a fire!
Okay, one misses on Avantris, another misses on Avantris, another misses on Avantris, another misses on Avantris. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah.
Bang, bang!
Bang, bang!
Hold on.
Oh god.
What the fuck is bullshit?
Stop it.
No way.
2 natural 20s. Of course he did. Of course
So-
he did.
As Avantris, as one zombie just manages to just walk directly through.
I am going to uncanny dodge.
Of course, it just manages to walk directly through, and it's really not that much. It still only does 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
If it happens to be one of these two, can I reaction to kill it?
Yes, fine. That would be just fine.
I hit.
Okay.
I kill it.
Yep. You swing it as soon as.
Fuck you, zombie!
It just kind of shambles through the illusion and just bops him on the back of the head. And Rodek just swings and kills it. Rodek, we're going to get some attacks on you. Whoa.
Do you want your 2 Ds back?
I would like that, actually.
Too bad.
Too bad.
Misses. Could I have my
You
2?
know
I apologize. I was thinking.
That's fine. Okay. Then that is, I believe.
How many missed? Oh, never mind.
Yeah. So as that happens, you, Sylvie, you see that the zombies that were surrounding the girl would have easily been able, but now they're all kind of tripping over the 2 that have been knocked down, and they're struggling to get to her. But then they've kind of climbed over, and they look like they're kind of that they're getting close to her again. Okay. With that, it is Vanish's turn.
Really? Already?
Yep.
Holy shit. I think I'm going to do it. I'm gonna take.
Do it! Don't do it!
I'm gonna reach into my pack and pull out the necklace of fireballs.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like, because there's 2 beads on this necklace, I'm gonna put one in my mouth, pull the one off like a grenade, and throw the one that I pulled off. It's a 20-foot radius, right? I don't even know how to cast fireball. So it's gonna be. I'm gonna pick like this block here. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 zombies.
Yeah.
Jesus.
14 zombies.
And I have to remember how to cast fireball because I've only done it like twice on Felix. Once on Felix, actually, I think.
Yeah, just the one time.
So actions, sorry. Equipment. Necklace of fireballs. Cast the fireball spell.
you rip
No,
them
it's
off.
just it's a save DC of 15 for each of them.
I'm just doing a group one, and they all fail.
Okay, so then it is 8d6, correct?
Yep.
It's gonna be plenty with just the 6. Yeah, that's more than that in and of itself is more than enough. And if I need to get 2 more, it's even more.
Yep. So you see Van
30 damage.
all this is get down, and you see Emiria kind of dive down and try to cover as he
It's a
throws the
20-foot
bead.
radius, so
Yeah.
it could
shit.
literally be like.
Oh Jesus! All right, hold up. Let me reevaluate here. 1 second.
That's fine.
So if I pick from here,
Right.
it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I and Rodek are going to have to dodge.
Do it.
Yeah, we're doing.
I'm
it.
fine. I'm
We're
fine with that.
gonna have to do con.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, Dex.
Yeah.
So do I get advantage on it or no? I don't.
No, you just.
So
That's enough because my Dex is 8.
15. Yes, it is. 15 is
So I take no damage
Correct.
because of evasion. A Dex save, you say?
I fail.
Okay, so Rodek takes a shitload then, or you take half.
Wait, hold on.
So
The DC's what?
15.
I fail.
So it would have been 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It would have been like 26 points of damage.
It's the episode where Rodek
26?
dies.
Yeah, 26. I think is what I wrote.
That's
So
fine.
you all see Vanders grab it and he
fine.
chucks
This
it,
is okay.
and everyone tries to get down, and you just see the bead hit the ground in between the zombies.
My weakness magic.
The zombies don't have a chance to react. Neither does Rodek, as the zombies are completely
My back's
incinerated.
totally turned.
And you see the effigy of Garu's head on the front of this float get completely blown up as the front half of your float smashes. I need Annulin and Vandris and Emiria to make dex saving throws as the front half of the float gets completely exploded. And
You mean exploded?
Exploded. I got a 22.
okay, you manage to dodge off of it, landing next to Rodek.
I got a 25.
25, you do the same thing. Emiria stumbles into the pile of zombies, and
no.
she is now surrounded. Can you please move her? Actually, no, I thought she was Annulin, so no, she's fine. So she's gonna stumble. Amira's the wing one, so just put her next to Rodek, and then put off the float, and then put Annulin behind Rodek. So
Wiley and I are on the same wavelength. I too love my rogue.
and it explodes. Emiria tumbles off. You see her smash her knee and hit her elbow onto the ground as the explosion, and she kind of looks like a real fucking smooth Vandris. And
That was you.
With Ash covering my face, I look at her and go,
meanwhile, you look around and there's a pile of charred humanoid corpses all in front of you. Okay, with that, it's Annulin's turn.
Okay. I'm going to volley attack with my point on number 44.
Okay.
I mean 74?
44 closer to you.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you should be able to get like
Yeah, so 40. So it's 10 each way. So you'll
It's
be able
10
to
from
get
the- from
1,
the
2,
center
3,
of the
4, 5,
square.
6, 7,
You know,
8,
like-
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We'll call it 13.
Okay.
12. Make it even 12.
2. Natural 20.
Oh.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh.
So 3 passes.
Whoa! So we got to 4?
So 3 passes and a natural 20.
Yeah, everyone's gonna die instantly, but that's
Okay.
fine.
I want my
Yes,
credit.
yes, we got your credit. We got your credit. So 3 and 1.
2 more passes.
Okay. That's 6.
2 more passes.
That's 8.
2 more passes.
That's 10. So 2 more rolls.
2 more passes.
Okay, so that's all 12.
Okay. So damage for all of them is 10, except for one unlucky fucker.
No.
Huh?
10 for all
10.
of them.
It's not enough. Annulin.
Obliterate all of them.
We'll say.
I'm getting one of these assholes. Hold on.
So I will say that with a natural 20, you can kill half of them.
Okay, that's fair.
All right.
Kill the one that's close to me.
We'll say that you can kill half of them because you got a natural
That's
20.
a fair ruling,
Yeah.
DM.
Thanks.
Yeah.
As an also DM, I approve.
You know, this is my first time running
Good
a full
choice.
swarm content, so
I've never felt more useless.
And then I'm gonna just scream, run! And then I'm gonna run my full speed.
You literally just killed half of them.
I know, but if it wasn't for like the items,
I'm Avantris and I feel useless killing half of the swarm.
it wasn't my power. It was Lee from Vine or whoever we bought that shit from.
G from Paul.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna scream run and then move my full speed forward 35.
Okay, you run.
7 times 35.
You are just sprinting as you let off some volleys, and because of the zombies that are directly in your face, your aim is not as true, and some kind of shoot in the shoulders, and they don't even flinch as they shamble towards you. But you do manage to land in the brains of some of the zombies as they fall to the ground, and they continue to walk towards you. Rodak, you're up.
Run.
I was like, fireball? Is that what you're telling me to do?
No. Unless you want to. Unless you want to.
Do it. Totally good.
Yeah, if you want to, do it. Don't. I was
You
saying.
can literally kill them all.
You could. I mean, that's like. Yes, you could. There's 2 here. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yes, you could probably kill them all. All they have to do is fail, and you kill them all with one fireball.
I could, but I don't think Rodak would because there's not that many left.
I agree.
You can so easily cut through
Make a
them.
perception check.
Oh, Jesus. Nope.
7.
Nope.
You hear groaning as zombies start to shuffle out and join that horde.
Like from the alleys?
From the alleys,
Fuck.
and I just don't feel like adding tokens towards the back of where you're coming from.
Like towards here?
Well, it's
coming
in
from,
all
right?
directions, but basically in that area. And so it does not look like, even though the tokens, that's a few tokens, it is not.
That's what I thought. It's not like.
It's not like that's all there is, right?
Right,
There
right.
being more.
I mean, obviously there are more because I'm literally headed towards somewhere around a little bit.
Yeah.
We need to go. So I'm going to. I will stop here, so that I'm at least in front of Annulin, and I will ready. No, I'll take the dodge action.
Okay. Okay, so you run up and you take the dodge action. As you run up, as they are all going to swarm towards Rodak, and you can just move them all as a group towards Emiria, Avantris, and Rodak.
How far do they move?
25 feet.
That's like 5 squares.
They could
Roughly?
probably get one more because you did 2 diagonals, so they could all go one more square. So
All right.
these guys can go.
So I'll fill them in here.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's going to be a few attacks on Rodak, Emiria, and Vandris.
Okay. So,
Mostly Rodak.
they all...
these guys should have gotten here, so
That's fine.
yeah, that's fine.
so 2 on Rodak, and... Does 19 hit?
Sure does.
Both hit.
Fuck.
As they smash into you, dealing 11 points of bludgeoning damage from 2 attacks. And then Emiria is going to take 3 attacks.
Knows if you want my
She
prediction,
dodges all of them.
I think we're gonna have to fight more than just LeBlanc. I have a feeling we gotta fight Solaris and Loudna. But we'll see. That's our prediction.
Fail, and fail. So you managed. Emiria and Vanders are just dodging gracefully. I should have fireball. As more zombies start to walk up from the street. You can just dump a bunch. Yeah, that's good. Like maybe not that close to you guys, but yeah, that's about it. Yep, totally. Great
For immersion.
Yep, good for immersion. Okay, Sylvia, you're up.
I'm gonna use the rest of my speed to get to the little girl.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use my action to just grab her and remove her from the zombies.
Okay.
She's like 15, right? She's not
Can
like.
you make an athletics or acrobatics contest with the zombies?
Ooh. Yeah, sure. 10.
10. That's still enough. As I mean, these are shambling like Mooka zombies, guys.
Still rolled a 7.
And as you fly down, you see this girl. and you leap in, and even though she's bigger than you are, you're actually smaller than she is, but you swoop in and manage to grab her out of the clutches, throw her onto the broom, and we'll see if she can hold on. And she can with a natural 20.
Oh! Gotta get up.
She wants to live.
Yeah, she
wants to live.
She's like, what's happening?
And then I made your illusion to look like a zombie, and I go, and I'm just gonna get out.
Yikes.
I don't.
And so you dive in and you
That's a
grab
spell
her and you fly away. And you see the zombies going,
More characters.
and they turn their attention and just start shambling off into the city. And with that, it is Amiria's turn, and she is going to just say, I'm so fucking done with this. And she's going to slash. That is going to hit all of them. And hold on. That's going to kill all of them right around her so she can go with that opportunity. And she's just going to move 30 feet in that direction. Try to keep up, Avantris, and then it is their turn, as they are then going to swarm around you, Avantris.
Bring it on, motherfuckers!
All it takes is one to break that illusion.
We can get some more up on me, right?
Yeah, and up on the too.
Because the ones that were close to you will move up a little further.
Yeah. And then more will come up from behind as well. And then more will also come up from in front of you guys as well. Can you drop like 10?
Salt Bay zombies on the table.
Yeah, Salt Bay zombies.
I hope that was visible. I don't know what it was.
Okay, how many attacks can I get on you? One.
On me?
Yeah.
5.
5.
We'll call it 6.
Oh my god.
Shut the fuck up.
2 natural points.
Shut the fuck up! No, that's 1 in 400 chance twice.
Yep.
Yes.
So what's 400 times 400?
It's still,
like
it's,
15.
it's still 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
16,000.
No,
16.
15.
What?
15.
What's 15?
How much damage?
Answer.
4 points.
So I take 2.
You take 2 points of They're mooks! And now these are no longer. They still make
No.
smash through your
I'll let you get
illusion.
up a little higher. My favorite is when Andy laughs so hard he wheezes.
And 2 21s.
For me again? Jesus!
And so that's gonna be.
That's gonna be full damage.
10 points of bludgeoning damage with the hits.
Damn. Do we have the overlay up so everybody can see my...
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, very cool. Yeah,
On
stay
your
tuned.
computer, you can see our D&D.
You can watch Avantris die in real time!
and see our health go down.
It's the beginning of a very long night, so.
Apparently.
So with that, it is Avantris' turn. Yeah.
I'm going to attack number 11 in front of me.
Yep. Got it.
27.
20 minutes.
I'm not even gonna roll my d8. Lots of damage.
You completely obliterate it in front of you.
My albatross has been reinstated, as
you
has
see
my
the shimmering.
So I'm going to just run and take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 opportunity attacks, and use
Fail.
my reaction,
Fail. Hold on. Fail.
or not reaction. Sorry, bonus action.
Ooh.
A crit.
19 was the lowest.
19 hits,
Okay. That'll be 5 points of bludgeoning.
and I'll take half.
And
which
then
is
this one
2.
last one, not advantage, and that misses.
And then and then I'm going to use my bonus action to dash.
Okay.
And as I run past Amir, I say, how's this for keeping up? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And I'm running towards... Well, I guess if you're there... Yeah, I'm
Oh, no,
running...
he's not. She's actually over here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to get... I'm running towards the direction that Sylvie flew.
Got it.
As I'm taunting Amiria in
Okay.
But we're all running into a sea of zombies.
You're running into a sea of zombies, right?
We need to get in the air now!
So
yeah.
I will say, Sylvie, being high up in the air, why don't you make a perception check for me?
I can't wait to fail on this one. Pretty good. I got a 16 on possession.
Okay, so you look around and you see that although the immediate area has kind of been spread out by from some combat and some zombies heading north, some zombies heading into the city, that there is a sea of marching zombies heading in your direction. And you can see, however, the sky is now dotted with flying creatures. And you see Aarakocra flying through the air with weapons drawn, swooping down, knocking down zombies off of balconies.
Jesus
and that's kind of all you can see as you start to see just on the buildings. You see that some civilians have kind of climbed up. You know that there are a lot of balconies. How some are being cornered on balconies and falling to the ground as zombies are breaking through their buildings. Some people have managed to get to the top of the buildings and are kicking zombies as they're falling down to the ground. And everyone's doing what they can to survive in this scenario. Okay. With that, it's Avantris' turn. Oh, you're just running.
I also killed a zombie. You get it? Just one. And I taunted Emiria in a playful way, alright?
I taunted
Come on.
Emiria.
Very playful.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Just run away.
He killed a zombie, Mike.
Also, it's not running away, it's advancing in the opposite direction.
Truth. Okay. I am going...
Someone needs to clip you doing that so we can make that one of
I'm gonna... Look at that face.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna volley attack number 98.
Oh, you're gonna volley attack?
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
Number 98 right here.
Number 98. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Why 98? No, continue.
8.
Okay.
2 pass. 4 pass.
8's right.
5 pass and a natty 20.
9.
What is that? 7 and a natty 20.
Okay.
So damage for all of them is 16.
16. You annihilate them as you're just seeing Anulin fire arrows up into the ground, and there's raining death and wood and the wooden stakes almost into the bodies of all of these zombies. You can see I've reused old tokens. I wasn't gonna waste ink on literally 100 zombie tokens.
Yeah, thanks
we
for
appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna kind of like
Ink is expensive.
swing my arm back
Yes.
behind, be like, Rhoda, come on, and run forward. So I'll take an opportunity attack from that one.
Where do you want to run to?
I'm gonna follow your path, and then I guess I'll run past that guy and have another opportunity attack. Is this a sidewalk?
Yes.
This is building.
This is
Oh, then I'll avoid.
Good.
So
Pardon me. Rodek, you're up.
I will listen. I'll turn. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 5.
You listen?
I will use my action to dash. 1, 2.
He takes an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
Make sure you hit him.
Fails.
Damn.
Sorry, guys.
I'm hungry.
How are we going to get in the air? He can't run through this.
I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say, you're on your own, dwarf boy.
Can you get us?
I'm sorry. Wait for my turn.
So,
That's my turn.
Sylvie, you see as these zombies, as Vader's and
Did he miss?
What?
He missed?
He missed. And Rodek and Vance, as you're running up, you're starting to see now, past the parade, a marching force of zombies heading towards you in your direction. Let's get a nice, healthy chunk.
Give me some of those zombies.
It's your turn to salt bay 'em.
Some
Salt Bay that shit.
zombies.
Salt
So
Bay
how do I
that
do that? I feel like
You gotta get
close to
You
the.
just gotta get it like
You gotta
this.
sprinkle it.
Pretend you're doing like a reverse flex.
No. This, and you just
There you go. Yeah, let it
sprinkle
fly.
it.
Yeah, there it is.
Nice job.
A little bit
Nice
more.
job.
A little bit more.
We got some.
You want more of them?
More of them.
Sorry, we need more of them.
You do it this time.
I'm just.
As great with zombies, it doesn't really matter where they are because they're just zombies.
They're just shambling.
Okay, and so they're not quite at you yet, but you're basically running into them.
Disaster.
They're walking towards you.
Look at this shit. We've already killed like 75 to 80 of them, and they just keep spawning.
And can you move the rest of the zombies up like
Yeah.
20-ish, like right? Just eyeball that business. Yeah, there you go.
Just sprinkle half a dozen zombies. So we were trying to watch One Piece. Did you just jump ahead 1,000 episodes? That wasn't an exaggeration.
As you feel like, despite how many zombies you killed, they are now starting to come out of alleyways.
So he killed like thousands of people.
Basically, like the whole town.
Oh,
Well-
fuck, literally the whole town.
Well,
Anyone that drank something.
So most of
presumably. I mean, we're guessing, but yeah. What's up?
Okay,
Who's
so-
turn? What happened?
No, Sylvia, it's your turn.
I'm going to. Is there like a rooftop or a clean balcony that I can just drop this person?
Yes, so you look around and there are several clean balconies. I'll say that like there's one that looks particularly a lot like it was a closed store even before the festivities. So you don't get the sense there's too much action, and they're mostly like 3 to 4 story buildings with balconies.
So I'll basically just drop her and go, I'm sorry I couldn't do more, but like at least you're not eaten, right? Okay, bye, run or something. And then I'm gonna fly off towards Emiria. Using my full action to get to her. And like just above her where she could jump and grab onto the broom on her action. And I'm gonna yell down at everyone else, Annulin, use Bobby, Vandris, you be a bat, Annulin, get Rodek, Emiria, get on my broom and let's get the fuck out of here. And then that's what I'm gonna wait to do.
Wait, here?
That's a pretty good plan. Alright. And so then I'm just gonna kind of be perching above so that Emiria will be able to jump up and then pull herself onto my broom.
Okay.
And be out of range of the zombies.
Okay, so as you do that, you swoop down, you drop her off, and then you fly back down, and Emiria just grabs on and says like, yeah, that sounds like a good plan. And she heaves herself up. She's still going to take 2 opportunity attacks, we'll say. One's going to hit. And she takes not that much damage as one kind of scratches her thigh as she I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. As you manage to fly off a little bit. Okay. That's her turn. She's just going to use her action to get on the broom. Monsters 2. They are going to move up 25. The rest of them, yep. And we're going to get swarmed on you guys again.
Jesus. Here they are.
This is an absolute disaster.
Here they are. I mean, they're like in every nook and cranny. It's like sand at the beach.
I was gonna say,
Like an English muffin.
yeah, I was gonna say, what are they, Edison or Thomas English muffins? Thomas Edison. I was gonna say Thomas Edison English muffins. It's definitely not right.
Okay, Rodak.
Relax.
They all are just like, and your armor is not able to. They're not able to.
That's what zombies sound like in Avantris.
Yeah, of course. That's absolutely right.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely right.
100%.
Exactly right.
Exactly right.
And some.
We miss you. Where's Matthias?
Vandris, nope, fail, disadvantage. Okay, and then Annulin, we have several. One is gonna hit. 5 points of damage.
Several.
As they're just kind of shambling forward with this dead look in their eyes, the carnival masks, the gaudy blue, silver, purple gowns and suits, offsetting how dire your situation is. The bright decorations are smeared in blood and gore as you see the bodies of people that were not risen just torn apart and ripped apart by these zombies.
Well, shucks.
And with that, it is Vander's turn.
Listening to what Sylvie said, I'm going to look to the remaining 2, Annulin and Rodek, and basically say, well, you heard her, and then I say occupational hazard, and I polymorph into a bat.
So, you polymorph into a bat and flap away.
I have no idea what my bat stats are.
So, I am going to, I believe I know what it is, and I'm just going to do a disadvantage because you're turning into a tiny bat and you're trying to swipe an incredibly fast rodent.
And it's dark. as I go off into the
We can
night.
also do that
and they're just and then they just turn. As soon as you turn into a bat, they actually don't seem that interested in beasts.
I actually don't know if a bat is part
I am gonna
related
look
to
it up.
Somebody
rodents.
Google this. We cannot
I think
continue.
bats
Bat
are
is
bats
rodents.
rodents.
If somebody in chat could find out
so.
what family the bat is related
No, bats
to.
are rodents. Bats are
No,
rodents.
they're their own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're mammals.
What is
but
it?
I'm looking it up right now.
So
is a bat a rodent?
I realized they would not take opportunity attacks because as soon as you turn
They're
into a
their
beast,
own group called a
No flesh.
Chiratra.
No human flesh.
no humanoid flesh.
Okay, so they're not interested in
It's
me.
Chiropractora.
There you go. There you go.
Well, I turn into a chiropractia form and fly off into the night.
And you flap in, and then the zombies immediately turn their attention as soon as you flap into a bat, turn towards Rodek and Ambulance. Ambulance, your turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out my bee figurine and say, "Dang it, Bobby, get us out of here!" And I'll.
Bobby.
So once it fully forms into the giant bee creature, I'll mount and kind of just buzz past Rodek and scoop him up.
So as soon as you throw it, it goes,
Together.
"Bzzz, okay, Dan." and allows you to mount this big fluffy bee body. And that's what happens.
I will use my action to. Well, can we just say that you ready your movement
Yes.
for?
That is just fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So I will use my action to climb up on the bee if I can. Whoa!
You guys are an absolute mess.
And it's gallows humor because we're going into a TPK, so we all just have to be really funny about it tonight.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Okay, so you grab on. However, you're going to take opportunity attacks from
A lot.
a lot of them. 7 of them. Good thing I have enough dice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh yeah, no.
6 for me, right?
No, I would say this is all on Rodek because it's his turn and he's a shitty dwarf.
Oh, I should have gotten. I should have.
Because you were
gotten-
ready yet. We'll split it up. We'll do,
Yeah, I should have
we'll
definitely
do 3 for
gotten.
Annulin,
Like in the process of mounting.
and 2 of them hit. 2 of them hit.
Cool.
You can fight for those. That'll be 12 points of bludgeoning.
12 points.
And one's gonna hit Rodak for, hold on, cocked. That's 4 points of bludgeoning.
I can't believe you let me take 12 points.
You're the one that brought
What do you mean?
Hit me, DM. Hit me.
As the
Forgot to smack me with the zombies.
as
Trying to be fair, he was generous earlier. I'm returning the favor.
Did he hit me? Sorry.
1 hit you.
Okay.
Yeah, you got 4
4
points.
points. of
Okay, so
bludgeoning.
1 point. I wish I knew how much damage my
Well
heavy
done,
armor
Lily.
master feat has
You only
taken.
did 1 point from it.
Probably over 1,000, right?
I mean, how long have you had it
It
for?
was my first feat. I got a level 4.
Oh,
Easy.
yes.
Easy.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
I'm like,
If
So-
not thousands, it's hundreds and hundreds.
my feet also smell like
I mean, that's like uncanny dodge, right? How many times have I dodged half damage?
Yeah, it's insane.
Sorry.
So, as you, oh, thanks for the raid.
Oh!
Thanks again. Welcome to Legends of Avantris. The
Welcome.
party just experienced the town they've been in this entire arc basically mostly get transformed into horrible zombies,
Pretty bad.
have their soul sucked out by a vampire trying to be a lich, and then they were already risen as zombies, and now they're all being attacked in swarms.
These are all zombies.
Yeah.
This is Rodek, and this is Annulin.
It's been roughly 200 to 300 zombie tokens.
It's been crazy.
Yeah.
So, as you all take off into the air, Emiria and Sylvie,
Alright.
Emiria and Sylvie flying on the magic broom, Vandris polymorphed into a bat flying through the night sky, Rodek and Annulin awkwardly kind of like motorcycle riding on this big fat fuzzy bee that's a giant bee that's flying through the air after the other pair. And
Bobby.
you have zombies, vampires, and liches. Oh my! It's a fun arc, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah,
so,
you came to the right place if you wanted to watch a TPK.
yeah. And so, you are now flying over. This is fine. You are now flying over the
Alexis
Sinister,
did.
and it's also Jazz, so Agwe. Yeah, so you are now flying over Agwe. And you see the moon is rising more. It's a little bit past the horizon now, up into the air, casting a glow as the screams are starting to echo, and the groaning of the zombies gets louder and louder as they start to kind of all amass into these marching forces of death that are wandering through. You see the pockmarked points of people that had not been turned just completely torn apart. Nice. However, you're starting to see now groups of people running in various directions through alleys that may not have been had their souls ripped out. As you're flying, you pass over New Arcadia Square, and you see the massive float, the towering 3-story effigy of Saluna, the goddess of the moon. As you see the parade completely overrun, you see that some of the zombies have managed to get to the top and are swiping at you.
Wait, float? Are there any barricades in the streets?
You look down. You look down, and you realize now that some of the tavern owners and some people further out into the city, into the promenade, are starting to build barricades, and they're starting to shout cries to help defend Agwe.
Well, I'm a Marius main, Normjo, and that's like actually his ultimate, so you shouldn't joke about that.
Is it really?
Yeah. His ultimate move is he calls in, everybody throws furniture on their opponent.
Yeah.
Also, like the whole barricade.
So furniture is being thrown down, and then people are starting to
Nobody's
take
gonna get that reference.
pitchforks and brooms, and they're starting to and cricket bats, and they're just bashing in zombie heads. As they're starting, it seems like that there are some, however, there are groups that are fighting hard, but they get cornered, and 2 get swarmed, and they get taken down. And you're flying, you pass over New Arcadia Square. And you are in the air, flying in the Agwe sky as Nuit Blanche has been completely overrun by zombies.
Thank you, Mr.
Oh, thank you.
Satanic something pickles.
Pickles!
Thank you.
We love
Mrs. Tony Pickles.
This is Tony Pickles. Oh my god.
We love pickles.
Yes.
How's the moon look?
Family.
The moon is full. It is just risen a little bit over the horizon. You can see that it's rising over the boughs of the swamp.
Okay. I am going to keep my eyes on Sylvie and flutter like a bat behind. And just
and
follow
I'm
her
just
lead.
zooming straight towards Alphonse Manor.
So you guys have never been there.
But we know where
know
it
it's
is.
We know the
Right?
rough direction.
You know the rough direction.
And it's gigantic, so...
Wait, we assume... Shit.
Can we just fly until we see something that looks roughly like Dracula's castle?
Until when we get close, we hear like the Phantom of the Opera soundtrack.
Yeah,
Can we listen for organs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what my perception is. I retain my wisdom, charisma, and
Can you
intelligence.
escape this fucking castle? Shouldn't your bat sense tingle?
Wow, nothing.
I got
I
18.
see nothing.
Okay.
I got a 19!
I perceive some bugs that make me hungry.
Okay.
Float like a Avantris bat, sting like a bobby.
Yes.
Bravo.
Yes.
Good.
Bravo.
Nose is always on point. I say it every stream.
So,
Fucking nose!
as you all are flying higher, you start to see that there's this massive group of zombies, and it looks like it's about to overwhelm and kind of make its way down into Little Yulong. And all of a sudden, you see and it almost looks like a flash of the sun, as a massive explosion of fiery solar energy erupts and incinerates about 30 zombies. And you see leaping forward, arms out, leaf from vine.
I go,
And he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that when he gets into a martial arts stance, and he is literally punching zombies to death. And he puts his paws together and unleashes a blast of solar energy to just start blasting zombies.
Time out. We just witnessed the most polite DM, no, go fuck yourself, ever on Avantris stream. That was the most polite no, fuck off. No, you're wrong.
No, he doesn't actually do that. But look, let me tell you what he does.
No, he doesn't do that. Holy shit!
I'll see myself out.
I think I lost my eyebrows and singed from the heat.
Just pull the hood up. Oh, yeah, please do anyway.
So, you see as he is starting to fight down, and then you can see the zombies are starting to kind of get a little bit closer, and he's fighting and he's taking them out, but the zombie hordes are starting to get in more and more on him.
I'm going to continue to fly towards Alphonse's castle.
Okay.
No. Do we all see this?
I would say, yeah, you rolled high enough to see it.
I mean, I did.
Should we get help?
Well,
You did not.
I did not.
We need to help them.
We need to stop him from turning into a lich before he kills the whole fucking world.
If we're going to save anyone in this city, we have to at least build some kind of defense.
And fireball the shit surrounded. I don't have any of those. I'm going to scout the area.
I have one.
Let's go.
Okay. So, you get on Bobby and you fly over. You see Avantris, you're following.
Yeah, I'm just following. I mean, I heard everything that was said.
Yeah, you heard all that.
And all I could say was...
and you start to see that Master Leaf is now surrounded by several other monks. You now realize that are kind of smashing using different martial arts fighting styles. There are several large hobgoblins that have these large curved swords that are slicing through. One of the hobgoblins goes down, its backseat goes down as it gets eaten. As they're starting to get swarmed, both of you fly over on Boppy. What are you doing?
I'd be like, take this here, and I'll give you the fireball, and then I'm gonna volley around wherever they are. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna just volley around the things that are attacking them.
Okay, so I'll say you can do that disadvantage on Bobby, and you're gonna throw.
I would like to take one where I'll see where she's attacking first.
Yeah.
I will take a complete huge square that's not where she's shooting, and I'll use one of the because we each have two, and I have two.
Oh, we each have two.
Yeah, we each have two.
Okay.
So I'll just take one of them, of the four that we have.
Yep.
And I will throw it down there.
Okay.
So that it doesn't hurt any of them, but hopefully clears out some of the...
Okay, roll damage on that, please.
Can I just roll like one and...
Yeah, we'll roll one, yep.
Okay, so disadvantaged is a lot.
Girl.
Okay, that's fine. Roll some damage. And we'll just say for
Girl.
Girl.
Yeah, that was simultaneous.
It's 10 damage.
Leafy actually called me out. That was also my Beaker impression. Sorry. That's
what I was
the best I
trying to
can
do with
So as this group of Jade Iris fighters, including Master Leaf,
What level? Level?
starts to get surrounded by more and more zombies. You pass Rodek, these two, your necklace of fireballs, and you're kind of awkwardly firing off on Bobby, and the massive buzzing in your ears is very distracting. I'm now realizing it'd be a massive fucking. It'd be tough. But
sounds like a tactical helicopter.
You manage to just rain death upon these zombies. Meanwhile, Rodek throws. How many are you throwing?
I'll start with one.
Okay. You throw one and it explodes and it just wipes out a massive swath of zombies. Right?
Yeah,
I assume. I'm watching it.
damage.
Yeah, over 25 damage. And it explodes and just detonates a massive swath of them. And it looks like there is one more like large swarm kind of heading.
I'll take one of my beads then and throw it down.
You grab it and you throw it down. Let's get one more.
Well, you have to attack first.
No, I rolled.
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, I'm dumb.
They failed.
I'm a dumb.
Yeah, I mean, it obliterates them.
Okay, so as you are, you see Annulin firing down. There's this massive volley of arrows, and then Rodek, you chuck one down. Another one. And then you're way high up, and then you see the sheer shock of these massive of the Jade Iris fighters, and then Master Leaf is looking around as tons of these zombies were encroaching on them, and they're completely now incinerated. They finally have a little bit of a breathing room, and he looks around, and he looks in this big broad grin, and he starts laughing and waving at you as you fly over, and some more start to kind of converge, and you see another massive, large explosion of this blue and green. And then you start to see bushwhacker fighters. You see Ma Puckett smashing zombies with her spoons as she's chucking these
In her pajamas.
In her pajamas. In her pajamas, her curlers. She has cucumbers. One cucumber still hanging from her eye. From her face mask, and she takes this this strange, like, glowing, rattling vial of wisp glow, and she chucks it and kind of covers her head in a massive blue explosion, and leaving this crazy green residue that actually kind of reminds you of how of the residue on where the will-o-wisp had been blowing up the caravan thing, the caravan business. And as they're fighting in, they're starting to actually gain ground. And
so it looks like they're being able to build a defense.
It looks like they're able to build a defense, and as more start to swarm, it looks like one of the sides towards kind of the north in the direction that you're heading is starting to overcome them. And then suddenly a massive swarming force, kind of the moon gets blotted out as this force of flapping winged figures, Aarakocra, dive bomb in, fighting as a blue dragonborn rush out of the Sunsteel War, just with their swords drawn, and are slicing and fighting. They are joining the battle of living versus dead. Their eyes are wide and as terrified as all of the other of the gang members in this. And you all see that they're all starting to kind of converge, and then as they start to kind of all fight towards each other and all kind of meeting together, all three of these gangs, obviously Zolga does not seem to be there, but all three of these gangs, they all kind of stand off and they look at each other, and they all just kind of nod at each other and then run off into the city. And then you start to see them very intent and starting to fight off this threat as you make your way north.
So it looks like they've got it covered.
They've got it
now.
They look for now.
Okay.
For now. And you are flying, and as you're flying, you start to see the north side of the Magnolia Promenade. And what kind of music?
Phantom of the Opera starts playing.
I think we're gonna do.
I think he doesn't have a fucking playlist for this bullshit.
Like he's not prepared.
Yeah.
This DM,
Cat.
So,
Top Keck.
I don't have anything prepared.
Top Keck.
I don't have anything prepared. So, pardon me.
Your pardon. On to Kex. Thanks for 1 game 3 underscore.
Okay. Pardon me.
I love that.
I have an ancient iPad.
Oh, it's loading. Okay.
Oh,
I
there
want
you go.
a hippo cookie here.
As you fly
cozy. Thanks.
over the north side of the Magnolia Promenade, the sounds of the groaning zombies, shrieking victims, and battling gang members fades behind you. As you occasionally see below you fleeing revelers that were lucky enough to have escaped with their lives for now. They dart through the streets below you, their faces pale with fear, sometimes muttering or yelling in panic. The further you head north through the sky, the older the buildings below you get, and the more narrow and windy the streets get. As the looming boughs of the swamp get closer and closer, as you arrive, flying down into the old nobility district that is tucked up against the Whipperwallow Swamp. As you make your way above the streets, the rising moon, glorious in its full state, casts a bright glow over the various estates and mansions until you arrive towards the northernmost part of the city. There's a single street.
This music, man.
A narrow street with no houses on either side, running very nearly off into the bayou itself. And that's where you see it. Nestled among the trees, no standing structure for hundreds of feet, stands an enormous antebellum manor. A sprawling mansion has 2 stories with a 3rd-tier turret, topped with a spinning, bent weather vane in the shape of a whippoorwill. Porches and balconies stretch out from basically every bit of surface, supported by huge columns. Its previously white paint has chipped away, and it's now near fully engulfed in the overgrowth of the swamp. Vines, moss, ferns, bushes, and the draping canopies of oak and magnolia trees. A rusty, twisted metal fence circumvents the property and heads back behind the huge house as you start to slow down and lower yourself before the entrance. This is clearly the oldest building that you've seen in your time in Agwe.
Oh
Despite the chaos of the city behind you, there's an eerie quiet that only gets more still the closer you get to the manor and the lower you approach. You see now, illuminated in moonlight, and notice the windows are completely dark, and that the gate to the iron fence is swung wide open. Just ahead, you descend closer and closer. The massive double doors at the entrance are very slightly cracked open. Anyone make a perception check, please?
19.
I managed to do something okay.
27.
24.
Wait. 21.
All of you see, as you're getting near close to landing, there does not seem to be a soul. Outlining the full extent of the property. Thin white line of chalk.
Hold on, no, stop.
What is that?
I think that's what's killing things. And it's going to it might rip Bobby's soul out of his body if he crosses this line.
Bobby's nothing without his soul. I don't even know if he has a soul. Does he have a soul?
Philosophers have debated that question about whether...
I need to know.
You mean the great philosopher Toa?
The great
Kamanui.
philosopher Toa, I mean,
He's my
figuring
favorite.
animals...
soul.
There you go.
And that's why I think that we should keep him here.
I'll, as I'm flapping, hovering over, meep, I unpawing her. Fuck! We need to put on the amulets, and maybe we draw straws to see who crosses the threshold first.
I'll go first.
We just
Okay.
Look. The point is, we don't know if this is going to work, and we can't have all of us die. Do we want to draw straws, or are you really just willing to roll the dice?
First. Though that would be really stupid because if Rodek goes first and he dies, I can potentially cast the resurrection scroll on him and he can't do that.
And also, if you go first, then you don't get my arm if I die.
Oh, do you want to go first?
So maybe I should go first.
Okay.
I'm willing to try it. I mean,
All right,
look,
lad.
I'm feeling lucky.
We clearly didn't get killed when he used his cup.
So maybe it was the talismans that protected us. I didn't even think of that.
I believe it was.
We are absolutely good at hearing you. Thank you.
Got a twist of fate, so we're not gonna die.
There it is. That's the twist of fate. That
There it is, guys.
Thank you.
Don't put it on a 4. Don't fucking do that.
You get a bunch of those huge D20s.
We'll invest in some D20s for a twist of fate. Thank you.
So then,
Probably won't need it. I mean, it's not an important night or anything.
with my usual Avantris swagger, I'll say, all right, fine. And as I turn to them and I say, it's easy as this, and I start to walk backwards towards the chalk line.
It's as easy as when you start to walk backwards. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh boy.
Do you have your thing on?
Wisdom yeah, it's on my person. I would have it. I mean, like,
No, I would say charisma saving throw, please.
charisma saving throw. So that's just plus my charisma?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Motherfucker on proper.
No, I mean, well, okay, so realistically, if I knew that, I'd be wearing it in some fashion.
You were
right?
all wearing it.
Right.
You all said that you were wearing it when you went to the parade.
We said it. You heard me say it.
You get good charisma, though.
I mean, it's plus 4. It's a 14.
Avantris gets vaporized.
I'm going to use a lucky die.
Oh boy.
There we go.
19.
19. You see Vandris walk backwards as the smug grin on his face suddenly changes to a blank look. As Vandris, you feel, as you step across the threshold of the chalk, and you feel like your soul is about to be ripped out of your body as you kind of feel like this horrific scream of pain, and suddenly all of you see you hear dun dun, and suddenly the skull on Vandris's neck lights up. Its eyes flash with flame. The mouth opens in this bright orange flame, and Vandris, and you feel like you're about to puke, and then you kind of manage to swallow it.
Ew.
And you cross the threshold, and you look down, and the medallion, the skull, its eyes and its mouth are glowing with very faint orange light.
I clutch my chest, and I kind of like hunker down on my knees, and I go, "Oh God, okay."
Are you alright? Are you about to die?
Okay.
That didn't look good.
Time out. I think I'm okay, but this is no fucking joke. I'm sorry that I made light of this. I look at the medallion and I say, Guru, you son of a bitch. I think we're gonna be okay, but that was unpleasant to say the least. And I kind of sit down on the ground and like catch my breath and wait for everybody else.
Vandris, you swallowed your own puke.
It felt that way.
That's gross. And then I'm gonna walk over the line.
Okay, charisma saving throw.
I'll follow right behind.
Natural 20.
Hey!
Natural 20. Okay.
Well, hold on.
gonna
I
be
have
20.
numbers.
29.
You said a saving throw.
Saving throw.
29.
29. You feel the same thing. The grin goes.
Right.
It feels like this horrific thing as soon as you cross this threshold that your soul is going to completely rend it apart, and whoosh, it then flashes with this pink light. Whoosh, your soul stays firmly in your body, and Sylvie's necklace now glows with.
What happens if someone fails his charisma check?
Yeah, I got 4.
4. Rodek. You walk across, and as you walk across, you stumble, and you see Rodek stumble to the ground. He collapses to the ground on his knees, his hands and his eyes get completely bloodshot. And Rodek, you feel like this is almost one of the most agonizing feelings of your life. And all of a sudden, and bright green light emerges, blazes from the medallion.
Wait, what color were you?
Mine was orange.
Orange.
Pink. Green.
Green. And then your soul stays firmly in your body.
Rodek, are you alright?
Do you feel like that?
I rush over to help him up.
I'll hop down and say, Bobby, you better stay here and wait for my call. And then I'll walk through. I got a 14.
A 14. You walk across. You once again, Bobby looks very concerned. Like, are you gonna be okay, Dan?
Stay there, Bobby.
I'm so glad.
We can't have serious moments.
That's my soul. I don't know you.
Take inspiration if you don't have it.
Yes.
That's my soul. I don't know you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Damn it, Bobby.
Oh my God. As you and you whoosh, a flash of purple light as the skull whoosh, and you feel your soul stay wrenched in place.
How long has it been
since
like, if we were theoretically mechanically want to take a short rest, would we have to like sit for an hour?
I would say that yes, it would be you've been traveling and observing and throwing shit would not be a long
She's right.
The bits ball isn't updated.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Did you open the thing?
It's open. Oh,
You
wait,
might
hold
have
up.
Richie's gonna update it, don't worry.
Yeah, you might have to refresh
So
it.
thank you all of our cheerers. We will have some re-rolls. 600. It's 600 now.
Here we go.
There we go.
Because probably because you opened it.
Amelia, you can do this. It's gonna be okay. You're the most charismatic person I know. Just come on through.
And you got these things from the creepy voodoo dragon that you guys killed.
Yeah, that's correct. I didn't think that they'd work, but we're okay. We're all right.
Well, here goes. She steps over. And she stumbles to the ground, collapses. She loses her footing on her hands and knees. She stumbles into the dirt, and her eyes are wide, and you can see her pupilless eyes are filled with blood vessels. They're bulging out, and suddenly, dun, 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 as the skull emits a black light. Ooh. And
whoa,
is glowing with this eerie black flame.
I run over to her and try to help her out.
Before he gets the chance, Sylvie is literally over there under her. Amelia, I was gonna sing you a song, but you were just so fast, and I'm just so bad at being a bard. I'm so sorry. And I'm like patting her eyeballs. Don't burst, eyeballs, don't burst.
Are you all right?
Fuck.
Yeah, it's not pleasant.
I think I'm fine. I mean, you can be a bard without singing stupid songs, Sylvie.
I can how?
You dance around and be really cool and have cool songs.
Oh,
It's
you haven't seen me dance.
Now's not the time. If you survive this, it'll be. We'll
I owe you one.
We'll work on.
Yeah.
Well, I owe you one.
Wait, are you a bard?
Yeah, of course I am.
I didn't tell you. I didn't fucking know that, Avantris.
Haven't you seen her dance around as she's fighting and in the on the rope thing she did the circus?
Lumi is a pixie and an asshole. Amelia could have taught me so many things, and I wouldn't sing such stupid songs.
There will be plenty of time after we put that bastard in the dirt.
And I'll climb up onto her chest and I'll get really close to her face and like literally nose to nose.
Will you teach me to be a bard if we don't die?
That's a tall order, Sylvie.
Please.
If we don't die, I promise I'll teach you what I know.
Okay, thanks.
And I'm gonna kiss her on the cheek and then come off.
How?
We all get a little sugar before we die.
I don't know what that means.
How are we all feeling? Because
I'm not feeling great, especially after that. And this thing reminds me of these. And I reach in the bag of holding, assuming they're there, and I pull out the ruse dice.
Oh, yeah.
What the? Wait, are you sure that you want to even mess with those?
Gru's done us one already. Why not turn his enemy against him, even in death? We know that we get a sense that if we roll these things, we can empower ourselves.
Are you suggesting we each take a roll?
Yeah.
I think we each take a roll.
Of course I'm suggesting that. This was my idea.
Wow.
Just one, Sylvie.
All right. Well, you heard Sylvie. We should all take a roll.
I pass Sylvie the dice.
She's very charismatic.
I'm just gonna pat Rodek on the back.
2d6. You're right. Okay.
Do we know what the effects are?
3 and a 1, so 4.
I sent it to you guys.
I just don't know what they are.
Yeah,
Does anybody have them?
We'll pull it up.
I got a 3 and a 1.
So we can tell the audience.
So that's a 4.
Yeah. Oh, 4. I got a 4. And then
you add them?
Okay.
Yep.
3 plus 1 is 12.
And then I pass it to Annulin.
That doesn't sound right. I'm no mathematician.
But it's a 4.
I also got a 3 and a 1.
Oh.
4.
Oh, 2 12s. Vandris.
I immediately pass it to Rodek and I say, I'm not rolling these unless you roll them first.
Oh, no.
Can you give me something just to search and...
I can pull them up for now.
Where did you send them?
I will pull them up.
Yeah, if you've got it.
I will pull them up and
I'm not finding it.
I will write it.
Rodek, I'm not rolling these unless you roll them first.
All right.
You know how I feel about this stuff.
And I'll take my crummy dice.
Both of you can cast Hideous Laughter for the next week.
5.
Ooh.
Animate Dead.
Ooh, a 12.
Ooh.
3 12s.
I say,
That's awesome.
I look at Rodek and I say, I can't believe you actually did this.
I want everyone to roll. I'll flavor this business.
I scoop the dice up.
Does Amiri get to roll?
10.
Wow.
Wow.
Confusion.
Oh.
What's that do? That's awesome.
It's pretty moving.
I immediately cast it on me.
So
Miri get roll? Or just the 4 of us?
How many charges
I think it's
do we
just the
have?
4.
she reaches forward, and as soon as she reaches forward, the dice rattle and roll away from her.
Like Jumanji?
No.
Yep.
I love
As they roll, as they roll away, she says, I guess you had to kill the big dragon to get the stuff.
I'm sorry.
So as each of you rolls,
Man, I thought 10 was going to be awesome.
you roll
12 is going to be awesome.
it
Yeah,
Resurrection.
every single time. All the pips light up with this flash of green. And you remember very well the flash of green shooting beams of death and charming you and polymorphing you and fearing you. And this time, however, you're channeling the power. And you hear this very faint sound of brass music on the wind. And this scent of exotic rums from far off places every time you roll. And as soon as you roll, you feel some dark power come into you. And you feel far more powerful than you did before you rolled it. And you were able to roll whatever spell that you rolled: Hideous Laughter, Animate Dead, and Confusion.
Sweet.
And so, does it feel like, mechanically, does it feel more powerful? Did it absorb the natural 1 that Kels rolled?
Yes, so I'm not keeping track of that.
Okay,
So
we do that.
you have to do that.
I will keep a list.
Rhoda,
So
I will say, as you grab these dice, it feels as if there's the hum and the light green glow that they had, slightly more than it was when you first received them.
So for the viewers, this is a kind of a group magical item. Remy Guru was an ancient black dragon who had these voodoo dice, and so we collected that after we killed him. And we each get to roll it once a week, and for that week we can each cast a spell depending on what we roll, and it also absorbs our bad luck and can turn our luck around, I think, if we use the charges, right?
Yep.
So that's what we're doing.
Okay.
It's 1 cast of the spell, though, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Per week.
Yep.
7 days. So it's a pretty big deal.
I think I need a rest. I hate to say it, but before we go in there, I'm at half strength right now.
Listen, I understand that this is urgent, but we've been given gifts from Leaf from Vine. I mean, if we need to use these elixirs that he gave us, we should use them and keep moving. I'm not trying to rush anybody, but now is not the time to be sitting on the doorsteps of Alphon's mansion.
Yeah, all he has to do is look outside and go, oh, hey, that's that gnome. And then we're fucked.
Are there like a bunch of trees around?
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of overgrowth. There's moss-covered oaks and magnolias and cypress trees all around you.
Do I hear... I want to like listen and like look... I guess the windows are all blacked out. Can I like listen for any sound at all?
Perception check.
I don't know my d20s though. 23.
You listen. Very, very, very faint
Intentional.
sound of slight breeze. And very faint, far-off sounds of the swamp. But where you're sitting is an almost absurdly, eerily quiet space. Across this threshold, past the fence. Staring directly at this massive manor that you know belongs to your foe.
Does it say like LeBlanc Manor or anything anywhere like on it? Alright, well, I'm gonna use Healing Surge.
Oh.
And brace myself.
Do we have that in 5th edition?
What? Oh yeah, no, it's
No.
it's a fighter thing that I've been using for the last like 4 years.
Oh, that's right. Who knew?
I was gonna say he's definitely said that like hundreds of times.
Literally.
I thought that was the 4th edition. I have been reading too many 4th edition books.
So it's second win. Excuse me.
Okay, I was gonna say healing surge.
Called second win, but it acts like 4th edition healing surge.
Oh, you dumb idiot!
I call it healing surge every time I use it.
I was gonna say I always hear you say that, but I don't know shit. So what do I know? I literally don't know anything.
Yeah.
I'm just here to kill Alphonse, and that's about it. And find out.
How is everybody feeling, by the way? Because, I got punched in the face by a creepy dead thing, and it hurt a lot. And
I'm a little scratched up, but I'm all right.
That's why I think we should at least.
I got hit a lot.
We don't have an hour to spare.
How are you feel? I can heal you guys up a bit.
I mean,
and she pulls out, she's been hiding in her shirt. She pulls out this little locket. She flicks it open.
Oh no!
And she channels it.
I want to glance at the locket and see if there's a picture of Hissy inside.
Make a perception check with a very high DC.
Avantris' jaw starts to ache.
17.
You unfortunately are not able to see as it flashes with white light. She closes it and places it back.
Do you have a picture of Hissy in there?
Sylvie?
What? Well, I tried to look and see if I could see it without asking her, but the light was bright, and now I'm seeing all those weird little puff things.
Yeah, it was the last thing she gave me.
I reach out and I squeeze her hand.
Well, just so you know, even if she's in there and she's not her.
And then I reach up and I try and touch her heart, but I'm really short.
She's in there, and she always will be.
She's in my large intestine?
I'm really short, Amiria. I was trying to do your heart, and
I'm
you really
fucking
sweet.
with you. It's
okay.
fine. That's sweet of you. My coping mechanism is mocking everything. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Mine is just yelling at people and telling them they're dumb. Fuck you, Rodek. You're stupid.
He really is. Fuck you. That didn't help me. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep mocking things.
We're gonna get revenge.
That's fine.
We're gonna get revenge. We're gonna avenge her.
We're going to kill him.
Yeah.
She looks up, looks around. Well, he couldn't have been any more on the nose or inviting for us to get fucking revenge, huh?
Yeah. So if before what was the effect of that?
The healing. Did it actually heal us?
She did something for herself.
Oh, we don't. Okay.
You don't know.
Oh, okay.
And you can start to see as she does that, some of her wounds are starting to close up. She's like, I can use some of my stuff to help you guys out.
Listen, I'm a little beat up, but I'm okay. I'm good to keep going. I think we save our energy and we move on, but that's just my opinion.
I can't ask you to do that.
Annulin,
I'm just...
Shut up, you're looking really fucking rough. And you take...
Oh.
11 points of healing from Healing Word.
Wow. Feels pretty good.
Feels very good.
It's a lot good.
It's like good.
I really like that.
If you're ready, I think we just kick the front door of this mansion in and go all in.
I mean, he must be expecting us.
I'm wondering if he knows that we had any way to cross the threshold.
I mean, why else would our souls not have been ripped from our bodies when he used the cup?
Because we were in that cage, and because we didn't drink the weird drinky drink.
I honestly didn't even think about the amulets until you said something. I assumed it was the cage.
But it didn't feel like that.
But because we're paid mercenaries, he probably thinks that we're staying to help the people in town.
Heroes for hire.
Alright, well, if we need to go...
But I'm actually lying. I do think that he knows that we're coming.
And that's why I think we just go straight through the front door. We bring the fight to him. There's no reason to sneak around at this point.
Yeah.
And are you sure you don't want to rest?
I say we just open the door and we just say, "Hey, Alphonse LeBlanc!" And then we just run in.
I take 4 or 5 steps towards the front door. I put my hand out and I turn behind and I say, "Are we ready?"
No.
And I put my hand out.
Amiria joins you. Puts her hand out.
Alright.
Annulin?
Okay.
I grip the handle
Oh, we're at the door
Oh,
now.
I thought we were holding hands.
No, I took 4 steps towards the door.
Yeah, it was
Grabbing the handle.
Yeah.
It's literally the front door, right? I mean,
It's a large double door. You've walked up several steps onto this large porch. It looks like in another time it would
We
have
can
been.
do it all hands in
Yeah, I
first.
thought we were doing like
All right, we'll do a
team
hands in
thing.
first,
Right.
and then I'll do what I said I was gonna do. All right. Well, if we're all ready, then it's through the front door. And I turn and I walk up to the double doors.
Okay. You open the door.
And I
And the door swings open. And you all make your way into the room. And we may as well get rid of this stupid thing.
Oh no!
I
Another
don't-
yeah, just scoop them
map.
off.
And then I'm just going to slide all this stupid shit.
Holy
A
guacamole!
map on top of another map.
Mapception.
Oh, Jesus.
Just try and get them all towards me and all.
Sorry, guys.
You're good.
That's okay.
Go Team Venture. Oh, that's what we need to do. Roderick and Vandris need to start doing Go Team like Vandris or something.
Is you mean
We'll
like
never do that.
Is that like Venture Bros?
Yeah, where they do this.
I've only
where
seen
they-
like random episodes.
Oh,
I need to. That's been on my list for years. That I need to watch it
Venture
from the
Bros is
beginning
so
because Venture
funny.
Bros is like god tier
The
humor.
really
first 2
great.
seasons are great.
So I think I've only seen halfway through season 4,
Okay.
but apparently it's pretty good still.
that dick.
But the first 2 or 3 seasons are so fucking god tier. It's like,
Wait. Are you pulling out another map? Oh no! Thank God. I'm like, where'd you get a third one?
No, we don't have.
Surprise,
His
bitches!
multi-layer mansion, his multi-layer map.
Well, so
That would be tight. We need to get like Barbie style dream house, but repaint it creepy and then do this.
and then we should.
aha.
Oh,
Aha!
Oh,
how
You want
appropriate.
to just pass me the one that can go away, so that way we can collect them off to the side.
I forget which one that was.
This one.
Yeah, that's fine.
I can't reach it. Sorry.
Okay, there you go.
Thanks. Thanks, Steve.
Minis.
and then you just start taking them here.
You see the large double door there.
And as we enter the house, he turns around in his big chair, stroking a big white cat. I've been expecting you. Thank you, Leafy.
Thank you, Leaf.
Is that what happens? Is that what we see?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
That's
As
not
soon as all 5 of you step across the threshold into the manor, you hear a creak, and the loud creaker doosh, as the door shuts behind you with a loud thud.
Naturally.
The smell of dust and decay fills your nostrils as your eyes with dark vision all adjust to the darkness of the space before you. You see a grand foyer all around you. Both pronunciations are acceptable, so I'm going to say foyer. Complete with high ceilings, 2 huge ascending staircases to an exposed top balcony, and a large vertical mirror hung on the far wall on the ground level across from you. Flanked by what used to be doorways deeper into the mansion on the first floor, that are now nothing more than door frames completely filled with rubble. An ornate carved door stands shut to your left and to your right. And there seem to be 2 smaller doors up the stairs leading to the second level of the manor. Hanging above you is a huge chandelier, bent and broken, lilting heavily to one side. On the walls along the stairs and the balcony above, you see the frames of 9 portraits that all seem to have been slashed apart. And finally, most peculiarly,
Oh boy.
across much of the wall space, large worn metal pipes are embedded firmly into the wood and plaster.
Oh god.
It's difficult to tell their original color, but the way that each pipe is cut makes them look like organ pipes in the walls, all over this large foyer. The room is clearly in a state of extreme neglect, and it does not look like it's been maintained in decades, maybe centuries. There's a thick layer of dust on seemingly every inch of the room. Massive swaths of cobwebs stretch across most corners and spans. The wallpaper that once might have been brightly colored and beautiful is peeled and cracked. It's now that you realize that despite the windows on the outside of the mansion seemingly being completely blacked out, on the inside the moonlight is shining through. You can see through the large frontal windows. The moon illuminates something to your right. As you turn, you see a large square pedestal, large dusty book, resting open and propped up. A silk bookmark hanging down between the crease of its spine. On a small ledge beneath this book, there's a single quill with a very sharp point, covered in dust and cobwebs.
I see.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna write my name.
Want to swing from the chandelier.
The chandelier.
The chandelier.
That's not how you say it.
I'm sorry, Rodek. Coughing, tickling my throat.
Damn.
Is this some sort of sick guest book? What is this?
Well, I mean, it could have been from back before, Alphonse was a Dracula, when his family owned the place, and it could have been a ledger that maybe a butler or servant or something would use when people came to see the master of the house.
I'm gonna open it and read it.
Is it open?
Investigation check.
Oh.
It is open.
Oh, it's open.
But it seems newer than everything else. Is that what you said?
No.
Oh, so it still has a sharp point,
So it was
even though
dusty.
it's old.
I would be very careful touching anything in here.
18.
As you investigate, and I'll say that the rest, all of you see this, you realize that this is indeed a guest book. The weathered pages contain swooping cursive names that sound like they'd be standard Ogway nobility. Yvette Dubois, Marius Lacroix, Marguerite Bernard, written in incredibly aged black ink. But on this last page, there are 3 final names on the guest list that stand out to you that seem to be very familiar. Solaris, Laudna Gilder, Hissy Bright Orchard.
Fuck.
And there's something very different about this ink that is used for these 3. Although they're in various states of disrepair and discoloration, these names have unmistakably been signed in blood.
Oh boy.
For the portraits that have been slashed, is there anything remaining that we can see in the portrait, or anybody that we would recognize, or we can just tell that they're portraits and they're completely destroyed?
Are you going to step forward and look at them?
Yeah, of course I'm going to.
Okay, I would like you to make an investigation check.
I'd be happy to, my friend.
And as you're doing this...
That's a natty 20, baby. So my investigation will be a 30.
Oh, wow.
You begin to step up and walk to start investigating the portraits. And Emiria, you see, has stepped over to the guest book, her eyes wide. She kind of runs a finger along a name in there. And she looks around all of you and says, I told you guys it was her.
You were right.
This might be a trick. He wants us
Not
to
a trick.
think that this is Hissy.
It's not a trick, Rodek, and there's no point in trying to make her believe that it is.
I hate to admit it, but I agree with both of them. I think that this is probably the most concrete proof that we've had so far that was Hissy.
But why? Why would he want Hissy?
We're gonna find out, and we're gonna make him pay.
Do you know?
Why would I know?
You were close with her.
The best damn cleric of Saluna that you could possibly hope for. The most pure, beautiful, kind priestess of Saluna. That can do a lot.
We won't leave without finding out.
And you know what tonight is. That's what I'm worried. That after all this, after everything Hissy's been through, live and dead, that she's gonna be the one that allows for all of his shit to happen. Because it's tonight. It's not fucking coincidence.
No, it's not. And you may see her in there, but it's not her. And you may have to fight her, whatever she is. But just know that if we take her down, we give her the opportunity to move on.
Right. Agreed.
And it will be hard. But I don't think she would want to live like this.
No. She wouldn't. It's the last thing she'd want. So she reaches forward and grabs the quill. What do we do with this?
Do you want to sign your name?
She puts it back down. What do we think that does?
Well, to be honest, I don't really want to find out right now, but maybe as a final fuck you, we sign her on the way out.
There's no way I'm signing my name into that book.
I mean, after he's dead, what does it matter?
Just draw a dick in there or something.
Ah.
I'm not going to do that either. It's clearly some kind of magic something. He probably wants us to put our name in the book.
That's what I'm saying. After he's dead in the dirt, as one final fuck you, we sign her on the way out.
Then let's get to that point first.
Agreed.
Avantris, in your investigation, as you walk up the
30.
stairs. 30. You look around, you see the remnants of portraits.
Up the stairs.
Up the stairs. 9.
Oh, okay, I see.
You're walking up and around 9 frames, slashed, draping forward, covered in an even thicker layer of dust. As you're going through, however, you do see a plaque. You're able to swipe and see a name 9 times. Starting at the left, Xerxes, Vorenus, Pericles, Brahm, Horus, Theodore, Hubert, Philip, and lastly, the 9th portrait, the plaque below, Edward. Covered in dust, all with the surname LeBlanc.
But the pictures themselves are not visible.
The pictures are
destroyed,
tattered, slashed, worn with age. As you get a sense, you walk back down and join your party.
I fill them in. They all have the Alphonse LeBlanc name. They all have the LeBlanc name. They must be related to him or his forefathers or something.
We're in his manor. He mentioned on multiple occasions that this was the house of his father and of his family, and it stood for ages, so I'm not surprised. God
knows how long he's been alive.
Why would he tear them up, though?
Because he hates them.
He's angry.
But why? I mean, this place is disgusting. I'm shocked that Alphonse lives in a place like this. What the kind of guy he appears to be.
It might just be a show when he's out in public.
It might be.
So while Avantris is going up and looking at the portraits, I kind of want to just investigate the ground and see if there's any like fresh tracks or anything in the dust.
Make a survival or an investigation check.
And I want to check out the mirror to see if it looks like it's a two-way mirror that someone could be looking through it.
It's 23.
23. Make an investigation check for me, Sylvie.
No, it's just a mirror.
No, it's just a mirror.
You walk up to the mirror and you look, and it's incredibly tall. This incredibly ornately carved, beautiful mirror that the frame, I'm sure, is dusty and worn, but the glass itself seems to be visible, clean, not marred by a heavy layer of dust, annulant. You look around, and you are able to barely find prints, boots, hooves, making their way from the entrance to the door to your right, but also some to your left.
Can I tell how old they are, roughly? They weren't.
I would say, was that a survival check that you rolled?
I rolled survival, yeah.
Then I would say that you can tell the most recent track that you can tell is to your right.
Okay. But I mean, like, can I tell, was it made, like, today, or does it have, like, a layer of dust?
I would say with, like, the strange way that dust is accumulating in this situation, it's very difficult for you
Hard
to
to
tell.
tell. Okay.
Very difficult.
Do you share?
Yeah, I'll kind of point to the ground and say, it looks like someone went this way, but I can't tell when.
Now, I'm no mansion designer, but I'm thinking up and in is the way that we need to go.
Why?
If I'm Alphonse, I'm hiding in the heart of this thing, and I'm not messing around with the windows and the outer walls and things. We got to get deeper in and see what we can find. But that's just my 2 cents. Again, I never designed a mansion in my life.
No, I think we go down.
Yeah.
Because we put our trash, Orpheus, in our dungeon. And so the trash of this mansion, Alphonse, should go in this dungeon.
So just so I understand, there is a staircase downwards?
No.
Oh, we can only see stairs up to the second floor.
There are 2 staircases. There are doorways straight into the mansion, completely covered in rubble.
Right.
Double door to your right, double door to your left.
Yep.
2 smaller doors up on the balcony up ahead.
Okay. I mean, if we think that we can find a dungeon here, then that's fine.
To
But
reflect that in boink and boink.
I just think that there's no way that he's on the ground floor. I think that by exploring the upper levels, we're going to be more likely to find things of value. But again, it's just my 2 cents. I'm open to doing whatever you guys think is best.
Now, if I know anything about construction, and I do,
Is the building made of stone?
let it be known.
How do the stones smell?
Can I investigate
the wall.
the woodwork? Can I investigate the construction to get a sense of how old this building is?
Go do whatever roll that would be.
Go fuck yourself.
Go roll for stone.
Would it be is it mainly wood? So should I just use like my
It's
carpenter
predominantly
tools?
wood and plaster, yes.
Okay, so I'll just would it.
No,
So I at least have it from my proficiency, right?
It seems to be over 300 years old.
Over 300 years old.
It is hundreds of years old.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle. Hey, gang.
Hey, Kyle. You
Sorry, I'm
love
not watching
Kyle?
chat because I'm trying to DM, but I love all you guys.
So this building is very old. It's at least 300 years old. And my worry about going on the top floor is that it will easily alert anything that's on the ground floor. It'll make so much noise, it'll creak. That, in my mind, going on the ground floor is safer. That's just my 2 cents. I'll go up if you want.
Well, so I this is why I propose these ideas, because I value your opinion. Again, at this point, we're not really trying to disguise our presence, but...
Oh, let's smash this mirror.
Okay, well, there you go.
Why?
Well, it's freaking me out that the entire frame around it is like super old, but the glass looks brand new.
No, it might be some evil death mirror that anyone that breaks it instantly dies. We're not going to risk any of this.
Okay,
gonna make a
Rodak,
racket.
can you break the mirror?
No, my point is none of us
I
are going to
cast
break the
Charm
mirror.
Person on Rhoda. No, I'm just kidding.
It just makes me friendly. I'm already friendly to you.
I look to Sylvia
No, you're
and I
not.
say, I look to Sylvia and I say, now I understand that you're very whimsical.
Okay, can whichever one of you has the tiny eyes.
Just give me
can
one
you just
reason.
look at it with the tiny eyes?
I gave them to Rodak. I'm still willing
Can
to.
you look at it with the minute-seeing eyes?
I suppose I could.
What do you know about glass and mirror frames?
I just
Just look
wanted.
at it with the tiny eyes.
I just wanted to know one reason why you thought this mirror should be broken.
While they're talking, I'm
Well, because I looked at it and I couldn't figure out anything natural, 20.
Dang.
I couldn't figure out any reason that it would look okay. Or I was trying to see if you people could watch through it because mirrors just freak me out, you know? It's like I look at them and I'm like, how do you look like me, glass? But that aside, they just freak me out, and so I wanted to see if someone could look through it, and I can't tell, but then I noticed that's really old, and this is not. Why?
25.
What are you trying to... Oh, welcome to the Avantris fam.
Vegas
Vegas squid.
We've got all sorts of
We
squids.
hope
You have a lot.
you can play at 10 blackjack tables. You got 10 arms. I got nothing.
We do like blackjack.
10.
Yeah.
10 arms for squids, yeah.
As well?
Squid. Yeah.
Squid.
Octopus. Octopuses
Octopus
have
is
8.
8.
Yeah.
What am I
Squid is
thinking?
10 because squid have 10 arms and 2 tentacles.
Thank you, Papa Trail Dog.
more you know.
Tentacles do not have suckers, only arms do. Anyway, cephalopod knowledge. Drop in some cephalopod knowledge on all of
Can I
you.
subscribe to
you were here
Cephalopod
for D&D.
knowledge.
Cephalopod
But you're here
knowledge.
for the cephalopod
You're
knowledge.
really here for that. Anyways, Rodek,
25.
you approach the mirror. It's massive. It towers above you. You look at this, and it seems to be about as old as the rest of the house. Nothing about it gives away anything that would be a two-way mirror. You deduce the same thing that Sylvie does, that everything else is absurdly dusty. There's a thin film of dust on it, but not to the extreme, absurd extent of most everything else in this foyer.
Do you share?
Yeah.
I turn to Sylvie and I say, well, you've had an unusual, a very uncanny ability to kind of sense things, and as me being who I am can appreciate these things, I'll do it. And I try to put my boot through the mirror.
Whoa.
Make an attack roll with an improvised weapon.
Ooh.
I'm gonna cover my ears.
I guess, wait, what's improvised weapon?
Or it'd be an unarmed attack.
Unarmed attack.
So add your strength.
I mean, how can I miss? I'm just like trying to kick it, right? I mean, like, my strength's a 1, it's a 4. I'm just trying to put my boot through the mirror.
Okay. Okay. So I would say that you lean up, so it's high above you. So you're kind of.
Oh, I thought it was a full. I mean, I'll punch it then instead.
So you'll
I mean,
punch
it's
it. So
fine.
yeah,
I'm
you'll
just trying to put my fist through the mirror.
punch it. You punch it, and as soon as your fist makes contact, you hit the glass, and your fist suddenly boosh, gets knocked back. You take 4 points of force damage.
Oh, fuck.
As you are blasted back, as the mirror kind of glows very faintly of this bluish glowing hue.
Okay.
I didn't see that.
You were right.
See, I told you there was something weird about that mirror.
And I agree with you, but my point was we're not going to break it.
All you said was, yes, Sylvie is right. This mirror does look like it is thus old that the frame it's in.
I get up and I say, worth it. I'll do it again.
So what do you think that
Hashtag
means?
word.
I think it means that we need to stay the fuck away from this
I'm gonna
thing.
use the wand of magic detection on to see what type of magic is emanating from this mirror.
It glows blue.
Alright.
I don't remember what kind of magic blue is.
There.
No, it just glows blue regardless. If it
There
tells you
is
to
magic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the schools of magic.
Abjuration is shielding. Evocation is madamages. Madamages.
It could be more than one.
Necromancy.
Fuck.
It's necromancy magic?
You sense necromancy.
I don't really know what that means.
We're getting the fuck away from this mirror, and we're going into another room.
And to be fair, Alphonse almost claimed my arm before you did.
I would have wrestled it from his cold, dead Dracula-lich hands.
Fair enough.
Let's put something over it.
Are there like any like fallen draperies or whatever that we can throw over the mirror?
There are some large curtains. You think that it'd be very tough to cover a mirror of this size.
We can just move on and forget about this for now. I mean, it's gonna play a...
Trust it.
But if we're not in the room, covering it's not gonna matter anyway.
You don't know that.
Nah, true, you're right, I don't. That's why I punched the mirror on your recommendation.
And I was right about the mirror.
So right, left, up,
I vote up. My vote is up.
My vote is cover the mirror!
Amelia?
You guys are the heroes. Whatever you guys want to do.
Okay, I will do whatever you say, but we have to make a fate pact that if I'm right about this and it bites us in the ass that we didn't cover up the mirror,
I'll help you cover it up.
I get to punch Rodick in the face.
I'll help you try.
Oh, I'll make that fate pact.
Okay, great. We've got one.
May I help you attempt to cover it up, if possible? At least some of it?
I don't want to talk to you. You tried to prove me wrong. Where do you want to go, Avantris?
Up.
No, actually, you could help me. Do you want to do that real quick?
Aye, I will. That's fine.
So you're going to tear down the curtains and try to cover the mirror.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get both of you, or whoever wants to do it, let's just do
I'll tear it down and I'll have Sully put it.
Let's just do a straight dexterity check. That makes sense, right? Is there anything else that would be? Yeah, probably.
Well, if I could pull down the curtain, but the hanging would be like a dex thing.
Yeah. Well, let's do athletics for you, and then whatever you would like.
So could I fly it up with the broom, click the immovable rod in place, and just hang the curtain?
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah. Give me whatever roll you think that would be appropriate.
I don't know. I'm not the DM.
Give me a dex check. Straight dex.
Oh. 10.
10. Got
I got a
it.
13.
13. You tear. You see what heave, and he as he rips the curtains. As you manage to get two halves of these large curtains hanging down from this massive ceiling, these large windows. But they're in two pieces, and Sylvie kind of jerry-rigs the movable rod. You can kind of see a little spot where the mirror is visible from the curtains, but it's kind of covered.
I'm gonna unclip the movable rod, put it back in my pack, and go.
Oh well, let's go. Pact still.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in. Up, left, or right? My vote is still up.
I vote right.
I vote right.
I'm going to flip a coin.
I'm gonna do a D4.
If someone's going to lead
Either
us,
Avantris or Annulin. Avantris. Okay, it's Annulin.
All right, I've been outvoted. Right, it is.
Right, yeah.
Right. So
Rodick?
who is the first one to do that?
I think if anyone's going to
I'll kind of go first.
track all the way through, it should be
I'll
anyone.
keep
Annulin.
following the tracks.
You walk up, and as you walk up, you see this door, simple door, and you reach to the handle, and as soon as you grab it, you take
Wow.
1 point of force damage as the doorknob immediately repels you.
Well, that kind of sucked.
Well, maybe we try up now. Unless we think we can dispel this.
Because I have it for. I guess how long would it have taken for us to do the curtain thing?
Probably 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
That's important.
5
But we
minutes.
still have the
Awesome.
wand.
So then I would still have the.
I would
does
say
this
the
look like
wand of magic
necromantic?
detection, yes.
Is it still the same kind of thing as on the
is.
mirror?
Okay, so now...
Not necromancy.
Oh,
So the mirror is the same. The handle is not.
Interesting.
The
Is that
handle-
magic?
The handle's magic, but it's not necromancy. It is
Abjuration.
abjuration.
What's that mean?
The protection. It's
Protection spells.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you, Rich.
Wards, yeah.
See, these magical schools. Like,
Sorry.
fuck, who the hell knows?
All right.
Not this guy.
Yeah.
Not this guy.
It's like he plays a wizard or
Do we have
something.
any way to dispel it?
probably not. I will look.
I don't like the idea of Alphonse leading us through this manner exactly the way he wants us
Don't
to.
think that when I got stronger that I would have thought to take any kind of anything like that.
Maybe
no.
we should just check the other doors and see if any of them
All right.
locked.
Who wants to check?
Wait,
Oh,
actually,
just use the wand.
Use the wand. Fine, just fly around really quick and check.
I'll do that. I'll fly around the doors and see if all of
good
them seem
point.
to be.
Abjuration. I would say another charge would be appropriate
Okay.
for this.
Sure.
Abjuration up top. Abjuration up top. Abjuration at the bottom.
So abjuration everywhere.
And all
I'm
the
gonna go
doors.
over and I'm gonna write my name in the book.
Okay.
Sylvester Flicker.
With what?
With the quill.
Will has no inkwell.
Oh.
You remember the last 3 names are written in blood.
I have ink in my pack.
You do.
So I'll use some of the ink in my pack.
Okay. So, you
I know what he wants us to do.
fuck.
grab a quill, you dip the ink in, and you write your name.
Sylvester.
Sylvester Flickerwicket.
And then I am gonna go to the door on the right and try and open it.
You go to the door on the right, and you try to open it. And it seems like it's going to work, and suddenly you feel like all of a sudden, and you take 1 point of force damage. As it blasts you back, as it starts to work, and all of a sudden...
I don't even say anything to anyone as I'm doing this. And I just kind of look at Emiria for a second, and I see like how sad she is over this whole thing. Fuck it. And I cut my hand open, and I dip the quill in the blood on my hand, and I write Sylvester Flickerwicket over the one I'd already written. And then I want to try and reopen the door.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. You dip the blood, and you write it. Sylvester Flickerwicket. You walk over to the door. I will add that as soon as you see Sylvie finish, Sylvester Flickerwicket, it kind of flashes for a second in this bright red, and then settles on the page. And Sylvie, you reach out to the door. You grab it. It's locked. It's not budging. But you are not repelled.
Well, I'm not gonna... The doors aren't gonna bite me anymore.
Emiria looks at you. She nods. She grabs a knife out off of her belt, slices her palm, takes... Probably take 1 point of slashing damage.
Fair enough.
Dips it in the ink. Emiria Devil Dance. It glows red. We're here to fucking play games.
I think we knew we were.
Do we all need to do it, or do we just need one person to open the door?
I mean, I tried.
Could you try to unlock it?
How? I don't pick locks.
I know someone who does.
I know Annulin's the best lock pick I've ever met in my life.
Oh,
pretty modest, but-
hold on. That's bullshit.
way.
You all know it.
But she's the only one brave enough to do what Amiri and I did and
It's
cut our
true.
hands and try to unlock it.
I don't want to do that.
No, she's very
Let
brave.
you have this one.
You want me to try to pick the lock?
No, I know that you're not brave enough to do it. That's why I was asking him.
All right, move the hell out of the way, and I reach in my pack and I pull out my lockpick set, and I get down on one knee and I attempt to pick my
Without
lock.
signing your name.
Yes, without signing my name. Right? That was what you were
yeah.
No, I
coaxing me
was
into
telling
doing?
you that you weren't brave enough to cut
As
your
soon
hand.
Oh, I misunderstood. No, I misunderstood. I'm very easily the whole character. I'm very easily coaxed into doing.
I know.
So I misunderstood what you were trying to get me to do. You were trying to get me to write my.
Yeah, she's the only one out of the rest of you that are brave enough to cut yourself and try and pick that lock.
I walk up to the book and I can see the names that have been written,
You can.
and I see Sylvester.
Flickerwicket and Emiria Devil Dance.
I look at Sylvia and I say, Sylvester Flickerwicket.
Well, I assumed it needed my legal name.
Really?
And please don't ever call me that.
No. It's not gonna take True Strike.
Why?
You guys didn't actually think that was my real last name, did you?
Yeah?
Kind of.
Oh, here we go. Emiria walks over to the corner and
Oh boy.
she sits down on a windowsill.
Well, at least it's close, right? You know, like I just made Sylvie from Sylvester. It's not like some dumb name like Phillips.
Well,
Avantris, lad, I'm not as naive as others in my group, but just let it be known that I never thought that for 1 second that was a high elf's last name. That's silly.
I take out one of my daggers, and I take my hand and I prick my palm with my dagger to try to get enough blood on it, and quill, and I write Avantris Aranon.
Aranon?
Avantris Aranon.
Yes.
Whoosh, it glows
That.
and settles down.
How long have I given that a fucking secret?
3 years? Has that been your name for 3 years?
He's not gonna tell us.
Listen. Let's not get hung up on the details.
How old were you when you changed your name?
It's not the time.
That's one of the reasons why I didn't respect Avantris.
Why? So you don't respect me because I go by Sylvie?
It's a long story. My real name is important to me, but if we survive, I'll tell you that story.
So you didn't write your real name in there?
I did. And I'll never not go by my real name again.
Oh. Okay. Well, that means a lot to me, but you still can't call me Sylvester. Okay,
I
pick
won't.
that lock, Avantris.
Well, I will attempt to once everyone has written their names.
And,
Miria holds up her bloody palm.
but, for what it's worth, you'll always be a true strike to me.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
Yep.
Do I need to do this?
Yeah,
Obviously.
I believe you do.
I mean, if the rest of us are gonna have our souls ripped out of our body and are gonna die a bloody, disgusting death.
I'll take my glove off. And I will...
Everyone takes 1 point of slashing when you slice your hand, by the way.
What if I just pick a scab?
No.
Okay.
1 point of slashing.
Oh no.
I'll take out just like a little like a little carving knife, and I'll just kind of like work it in.
Yep.
Just to get like a
1 point of slashing.
bead of blood.
Yep.
And I'll sign Rodek Stonehearth.
Roderick Stonehearth
Horse. Stone horse.
glows and settles in.
Stone horse. So, sorry.
Anyone's the last one?
Alright, I'll take out my little cutting knife and kind of like poke around at my hand, and I'm just gonna like cut the tip of my finger off. Yeah, straight off. I'm not even gonna use the quill. I'm just gonna like
Okay, guys, here
nubbin. Just sign my name with the nubbin. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the finger, and because my hands are so large, it draws a pretty large amount of blood.
There's a lot. There's
a lot of blood everywhere.
It is gushing.
Oh, what do you know?
And
It's not
one
clump.
point of slashing damage, please. And are you going to? What are you going to sign?
Annulin Musgrove.
You do that.
Well,
Soon as the final name is finished being signed in the guest book, you feel a chilling rush of air come over the foyer, as it seems the temperature drops several degrees.
Sudden mood.
you just juked me out of my boots there.
Immediately, the eerie silence of the mansion is shattered by loud organ music that blasts out of the pipes that surround you, playing an ominous song that reverberates between the space between the now creaking walls of the mansion. As the music dominates around you, you notice the mirror at the far end of the room is now glowing of a faint, ghastly blue, as it seemed as if you had just seen yourselves in the room a figure, not in your party, is floating beneath the surface of the looking glass.
Okay.
I don't want to say I told you so, but...
And I turn around and punch Rodek in the face.
1d4. Make an attack roll, actually. You gotta make an attack roll, don't you?
Make an attack roll.
It would. What is it? It's an attack roll with. I'm using my inspiration for this shit.
Oh my god.
I'm hitting him in the natural 20!
With double what?
When you don't roll dice,
You don't roll
it is
dice.
1 plus your strength score.
So it'll be
1 point of damage.
so
Yes!
2 points of bludgeoning.
Yeah.
Which is reduced by 3.
3.
So like,
Kill me one.
So
what was that?
So it literally just stops.
I do it anyway.
Are you done?
Yeah, that was Great.
I like low key like put my hand out for some skin.
You're joking around. What the shit is that? There's a fucking ghost.
I wasn't joking around. We made a fate pact. I had to fulfill my end. I was right.
I look at this creepy figure under the fucking looking glass.
You're gonna walk up to it?
No, I'm gonna look at it first to see if I can
Is
see
it
what
watching
it is.
us? Does it look like it's watching
We'd
us?
like to take a look.
I'm gonna like.
I would make an
it.
investigation check, please.
Can I assist?
Oh, jeez, that's far.
Well, I guess I'm gonna also-
if I'm using my eyes of minute seeing,
You have to be-
No,
you have to be
you're
within a
far
foot.
enough away that that'll
You have to
not
be within a
affect.
foot.
Could I assist with that or no?
I would say that Rodek is stepping up first, and he'll see what he can say.
3, 2. Like, was it 3?
It's not hard to see. You clearly see in the mirror the form of a blue-tinged, heavy-set human man on the cusp of his elder years. Long wrinkles mark his face, which is punctuated by deeply set, sad eyes and a bulbous nose. Thinning dark hair gives way to a patch of shiny bald head. He's dressed in what seems to be a neatly put together butler's uniform, with a 6-button coat, perfectly pressed pants, shine shoes, bow tie, white gloves, and a light waistcoat that you now realize is stained with a large splotch of blood.
Boy.
The man in the mirror looks to all of you, sadly, especially as you approach Rodek. Opens his mouth to speak. Suddenly you hear a voice that you do not recognize seemingly echo around you. My name is Vladimir Drago. I spent my life as the butler and valet of the LeBlanc family, as my line had done for generations. It was my greatest pride to dutifully serve the LeBlancs from when they were a mere noble mercantile family in the beautiful shipbuilding valleys of Yona, to sailing across the sea with Master Philip when he became one of the founders of Ogway, to the day I met my demise, along with this entire household, at the hands of our own Alphonse. Alphonse was a boy who hated the past. He cared little for his history lessons or in hearing about the great deeds of his ancestors. He used to say that history would forget his ancestors and only remember him. I always thought it was a symptom of being the second-born son, destined to never be patriarch. There was even bitterness and disdain he held for his family name. That is, until the night I was murdered in this very room. There is more, but I don't remember. How can I pay mind to anything else when the house is in such a disarray and the whole of the LeBlanc line lies desecrated in tatters above me? My duties shirked. The shame. The shame. The shame. And he continues. The shame. The shame.
Wait, why are you telling us this?
The shame. The shame.
Does he, when Rodek says that, does he acknowledge it all?
He seems to not acknowledge any of you at all.
We've got to move. We can't stay here.
Can we go through the door? What the hell was that? Did he want us to hear that?
I go back to the right door and I try the handle.
Does not budge.
I proceed to try to pick the lock.
Make a dexterity check plus advantage.
Double 11s plus 8 dexterity will be 19.
19. You are trying to pick. You're not sensing any kind of tumbler or any kind of mechanism that you would be familiar with. You could even pick.
There's no lock here. The door is just sealed.
Shit.
I begin to start prestidigitationing the room around us, and see if it has any effect on him as I'm cleaning up directly in his vision.
You do that as Sylvie's going 1 foot at a time, and it's like a montage as she's cleaning, as this ancient manor is getting restored. The dust is just evaporating into nothing.
And I want to use mending on anything that has both of its parts. It's also a cantrip to be able to make things whole again. Kind of like really tidy it up as much as possible.
You are, as you see dust, cobwebs, gone, disappearing. You're going to use mending on all 9 of the portraits.
I am.
You do that.
Wow, brilliant. Holy fuck.
That's good.
You do that.
Holy shit.
You repair, and every single time you cast mending, the draped, slashed, ruined, hanging forms of the portraits slither together, connecting in the center.
God damn.
Forming a portrait. Once prestidigitized, it's an attractive photo of 9 lines of LeBlanc's. Sylvie, as soon as you finish restoring the last of the portraits, you behold, so you see Sylvie going up and down the stairs, along the balcony, passing the 2 doors, walking back down the stairs. 9 lines of patriarchs. The LeBlanc family. Xerxes through Edward. There's a moment as you finish mending Edward and prestidigitizing him. You see a young man that looks almost like Alphonse himself. But rather than the long, billowing mane of wavy blonde hair, it's pulled tightly back into a braided ponytail. And it looks very similar to him, and then you notice that Philip, the one before Edward, seems to be similar to both of them. Similar blonde hair, but with a beard. Full beard. And as soon as you finish your work on Edward, the 9th in line, clearly the youngest of all of these, you hear a rumbling beneath you, and a shattering of glass. As all of you down on the ground floor see that the mirror shatters, and shards of glass are sent across the room. Once the glass settles on the floor, you see a translucent blue specter of Vladimir hovering in front of you. He floats back, looking at the foyer. Cleaned up far more than it probably has been in 300 years. All of the portraits fully restored. Sad smile on his face. He opens his mouth to speak. It is like it once was. In the good days. Until his eyes widen. I remember now. Alphonse had gone off to study at the universities of Anzu. It was just the 5 of us at the house. I knew he had a break coming up, but he arrived early one night, completely unannounced, close to midnight. I greeted him at the door, and he was in a much better mood than I was used to. That should have been my first warning. He told me he had found a rare book from a library somewhere in Anzu, and he was very eager to share what he had learned with everyone. When he asked where the rest of the family was, of course, the dutiful servant I am, I told him. A mistake I will never atone for. While I was leaning down to help him with his bags, I felt his knife go into my stomach. As the world slipped away, I heard him whistling a favorite song of his mother's as he headed toward the ballroom. That was where she spent many long days and even longer nights practicing. She was a cold and harsh woman, but she did love music and dancing more than anything else. Maybe more than even her family. His eyes, almost unable to truly register any of you, very faintly connects. Come. You have freed me from the mirror, but not from this hellish place. I will take you to Mrs. LeBlanc. The human form of the ghost shimmers slightly until it turns into not much more than a wisp of an ethereal light as it drifts through the large door to the left, causing it to glow and let out the sound of a turning lock. The door to your left.
Oh.
Interesting.
I call out after him. Can you see us?
You call out. You see there's a faint, ghostly blue glow around the door that has been unlocked. You hear nothing.
But the door sounds like it's been unlocked. I'm sorry, is that what we heard?
Yes.
Well, I'm willing to try the door again. I reach out and I try to turn the handle.
Brandon reaches out. He grabs the handle of the door, turns it, and it turns and opens inward into a hallway as we're going to move it slightly.
Oh,
Boink.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Nobody on streaming can see it. It's okay.
You turn to a hallway that leads you in two directions.
Let's just annulin figure for now.
Left and the right. You turn to the right, and it goes off in this long hallway, peeling wallpaper, portraits and art rotting in various states of disrepair. You see, however, it ends in a pile of nothing but rubble and destruction. However, to your left, it turns towards a door that is glowing blue and humming with a ghastly energy.
Psst! Vladimir? Are you there? Can you hear us?
I'm gonna I'm gonna start prestidigitationing the hallway to see if it'll get his attention in here.
You do that, you're prestidigitationing. Portraits that are or rather not portraits, but paintings, beautiful paintings that have been left in disrepair, straightening, being dusted off. It does not seem to garner any response. However, there seems to be a continual glowing blue hum to the door to your left.
We know what's going to be on the other side. It's going to be the ghost of his mother.
Look, I'm kind of the door guy. I'll keep trying, but I was hoping maybe we'd get a little help.
Yeah, but I don't think he's coming.
All right.
That might be him glowing.
I reach for the door and I try the handle.
You're going to go to that door?
Yeah, the glowing blue door.
Pardon me.
Boy,
Pardon me, he says. Well,
that's probably not a great sign.
well, we've got no other way to go, right? Literally,
Well,
like...
there's a hallway this way.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he said it was just rubble.
I didn't know we could see that.
Rubble's down that way.
I didn't know we could see this.
No one can see that, correct.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it.
Fuck yourself!
You arrive at the door, Avantris, and you see that the door is even slightly ajar.
Huh.
You go to even step forward and you press on the door. And you press on the door, and suddenly the sound of the organs around you disappears. And it's replaced by the loud, airy harpsichord music as you enter a ballroom.
Oh, it opens.
It opens quite easily.
Oh, wow.
Let's reveal.
Instantly.
Let us
I was like worried you were gonna be ghosted.
get rid of both those.
Oh, fuck, the whole thing. Oh,
And then move up a little bit. There you go.
wow.
It looks like a bear.
Are like ears and feet?
No, the little
Airy
bear
harpsichord music
head and 4 legs spread out.
Oh yeah, good call.
plays all around you as you enter. The door slams behind you. Emiria has been deathly silent as her eyes are wide, looking around. Not really sure what she's seeing.
I grab her hand and just hold on to it.
She clutches very tightly. It's very clear that the 4 of you have seen far more than she has. You see a fantastic and grotesque display before you. In the ruined, near crumbling room, you see pillars that may have once, at some point, hundreds of years ago, been tall and grand, but are now eaten away by termites and other pests. Before you, the dance floor is completely packed from wall to wall with dancing figures, all moving in perfect unison to the endless waltz that is playing. Upon further inspection, you realize, as you take a look as the door closes behind you, these figures are not lively, living members of any ball. You see tattered dresses, ruined undergarments, rotting flesh, stripped skulls with varying amounts of hair. These are clearly the corpses of hundreds of women mindlessly locked in the eternal ball. On the far end of the room, you see sitting onto a pedestal a large harpsichord vibrating and playing on its own. Behind it is a large mirror, similar to the one that you saw in the foyer. As you listen, you can hear that the song is clearly a ballroom waltz, but it sounds off. Something's not quite right with it. Like a note is off or missing from it. As you step up to the throng of corpses, they seem to take no notice of you.
I pull out my sword anyway.
Emiria, I mean, you're much more bardy than I am, but something sounds kind of strange about the music. Do you think something's trapped in the harpsichord?
She looks at you, her eyes wide. You see, probably for the first time, unmasked fear. As these corpses dance before you in a eternal waltz in their rotting form. Damn it. Of course you tune in right now, DC. You son of a bitch.
I said Goose.
Love you, buddy.
Hey, Goose. Hey, buddy.
I custom Tarzan opera playlists for this exact moment. So
That's amazing.
feel free to join in and watch as this happens.
We just killed hundreds of these.
No. Amira, are you okay?
She looks over and she sees the sea of dancers. And she looks at all of you and says, "This is all of the girls. For how long?"
How many hundreds are there?
Hundreds. As many that fill up the dance floor, tightly packed in this endless waltz.
Listen, we need you to focus. Like we always say, you're a professional. You can do this. Sylvie had a good question.
What was your question? Apologies.
You are much more bardy than I am. There's something weird about the music. Do you think that maybe one of the strings in the harpsichord, or there's something wrong inside of the harpsichord that we
She
can
listens.
fix?
You can do this.
She listens and she looks at you and she says, "The song is incomplete."
What's missing?
The last couple notes.
Can you play it?
I don't know what they would be.
Well, neither do I.
I don't think we should get anywhere near the dance floor.
We don't want to draw attention to ourselves at all. It looks like these things aren't really paying attention to us, but we certainly don't want to draw attention to ourselves.
Are they wearing clothes?
They are.
Do I just look around the crowd to see if I recognize any that I may have seen in the last, 3 to 6 months?
Let's get a history check from Rodak, shall we?
I love it. I love where your head's
That's the
at.
paint job. 18.
What's up, man?
You seem to not recognize most of it. It seems to be very old and decaying. However, then one catches your eye. You start to see it dance. And you start to see, wait a minute, I recognize that woman. And she happened to be just some random slave from the caravan, shipped off to Alphonse that you had seen. You're sure of it. You feel sure of it. Can't be guaranteed, but you feel like you know that.
Does her corpse seem newer than
It seems
others?
100% newer. There are varying stages of decay in all of these corpses dancing in their eternal waltz. And she
Sick
definitely...
bastard.
Wait, if you're right, they're not being stored in the cup.
No, their souls are, but he's making a mockery of their bodies.
Jesus.
We've got to stop this.
I'm
we fix it?
going to kind of weave my way through the dancers, kind of like dancing along.
Are you doing that by yourself?
I kind of want to look up to Emiria and see, kind of with my eyes, see if she'll follow me. And then, but not actually say anything. And then make my way towards the harpsichord.
I am going to need a more specific... You're going to look at her.
Yeah, I'm basically going to look at her. And I'm going motion to follow me.
Make a persuasion check, please.
Can you give me a sense, man?
Yeah, of course. Orange cream or...
Orange cream would be great.
17.
17, okay. Let me roll something else. And that'll... We'll see. You guys that, Rich?
Of course.
She's gonna look at you. And her eyes are going to widen. And she is going to lean down, her hair falling past her polished horns, curved horns. And she's going to twirl her arm and extend it towards you, Sylvie.
I'm gonna take it.
No.
You take it, and the two of you dance off and weave towards the crowd. Both of you, an NPC and you make performance checks, please.
I'm gonna walk right up to the line and just stand there and just keep an eye on them.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Rhoda, just.
12?
No.
Yep.
As soon as you take Amiria's hand, she pulls you into her tight. You feel the warmth of her body. As soon as you place her head against her armor, you feel her heartbeat is pounding incredibly quickly. But both of you, being bards in some regard, are able to... You see that as soon as you enter the dance floor, all of the heads turn to you, their eyes, the jaws slack-jawed open, and they all look at you. And then you start dancing, and you start to get the rhythm of what they're dancing. And she leads you, and you follow her lead. And suddenly, their heads turn back to their partners, and you begin to dance to the crowd wherever you would like.
We're going to dance over to the harpsichord. And then I just want to, while Amiria is kind of like dancing, I just want to use it as an opportunity to try and look around and see if I can see anywhere that there would be sheet music or anything like that would show what the last two notes are.
This is the harpsichord over here.
Well done. My shitty, horrible art actually portrayed what I was going for. Thank you.
While this is going on, I look to both Rodek and Anulin and I say, well, if one of you two has less than 2 left feet, we need to go get them. Which one of you is stepping up to dance with me out there?
I've got this, and I hold my sword. That's all I've got.
And I look to Anulin and I say, you best get your dancing shoes on.
Okay. I'm pretty bad at it.
They'll be fine.
It's gonna be Plan C, don't worry.
What's Plan B?
We'll wait and find out. Let's just wait and see.
Okay.
So, you are going to make your way. Make a perception check for me, please.
Oh, God. 16.
You look around and you see a sea of corpses dancing. Their eyes vacant and their mouths slack-jawed as they're dancing across this floor. However, Amiria is guiding you. And she is pulling you towards, as you're making your way 3-step, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Eventually, you get through the whole crowd, and you step out onto the area where the harpsichord rests. As soon as you finish crossing the threshold, you see that there's a small platform where the harpsichord is. And as you're looking around, both you and Emiria step up onto it. You see that the harpsichord is playing still supernaturally this endless waltz. As soon as you step up to the musical instrument, mirror behind it shimmers with a ghastly blue. And a light feminine figure appears inside.
Avantris gets a boner.
Large hair tied up. A rippling and billowing dress. Painted lips and nails. Sharp features. But wrinkles around her eyes. Perhaps premature. Her eyes are sharp and cold as they open, as the phantom observes both of you sternly. She opens her mouth and you hear a similar reverberation of a voice. I am Emilia LeBlanc. At an early age, I was married off by my father to a young and rich hunter to explore an explorer who claimed to be a noble. Despite my passion and talent for the harpsichord, organ, and piano, my father insisted that a noblewoman was a more lucrative profession for the family. So instead of performing in all of the great cities of the world, I became a mother and a socialite in a swamp. Children were not my first choice, but I did love them. Perhaps not equally. Our middle child, Alphonse, was a boy that seemed incapable of love. Especially the older he got. Despite my best teachings, which admittedly were sparse, he viewed women as objects for his pleasure and social standing. I still had one day hoped he would find true love himself, despite his proclivities. Until the night he interrupted my night of inspiration. I seem to forgot what happened. But I know I was close. So close. This continues. As both of you stand there in front of the mirror.
I want to inspect the harpsichord.
Investigation check.
Oh, I don't know which dice to choose.
They all suck.
Powerful.
I know.
No, it's the stone one.
You said investigation?
No.
This one has been rolling better for me than any of my other ones. 19.
19.
Oh, fuck. Nice.
Pretty.
I know. You just have to really chuck
You
it.
really gotta roll it.
Really gotta just go
really
like this for a long time and then just roll it.
And then,
And then just let it go at the
As
end.
you look through the harpsichord, it's playing, echoing, reverberating through the wood of this large instrument, playing like a phantom in this grotesque waltz. You start to pat down all the panels, and you reach your hand underneath. You tap. You feel some resistance, and you pull out a drawer. There is sheet music that seems to be a waltz, fully complete, written for harpsichord.
Amelia, can you play the harpsichord?
She looks at you, and she runs a finger through her dark hair, or a hand rather, through her dark hair. Not well.
Would you try?
What do we gotta do?
Yeah, I think you have to play it. I think you have to finish the song. Wait until it starts over and play it again, along with it, and finish it.
This is so fucking creepy.
Yeah, but I'm right here with you.
Take your persuasion check, please.
Please be good to me, really pretty dice.
Good.
nice.
Solid.
Persuasion,
Yeah, plus-
22.
She looks at you, puts a hand on your small shoulder, she grips it tightly. let's give it a shot.
Me and you.
She squeezes your shoulder and she sits down at the bench.
I'll look at her for a second. Amiria, my dearia. Fuck, this is so hard. Please teach me. Inspiration.
I'm just gonna give her inspiration.
My dear.
You do that.
I know.
And she props up the street music that you've retrieved from beneath the harpsichord. And she sits down. And she then starts to play in time with the waltz. However, the strangeness she seems to every single turn and repetition. She finishes a number of notes, and then 1 note, 2 notes, 3 notes, 4 notes, 5 notes, until she finishes with a great flourish and
with an inspiration D6 if she needs it.
she does. And she finishes. The harpsichord rings out, and as soon as she hits her rust-colored finger on the key of the harpsichord, it sails through the air, and the entire waltz stops. Immediately, all of the corpses stop dancing. And suddenly their eyes open wide.
Oh, fuck.
Their mouths open even wider. And suddenly they start dancing and and start dancing into each other and into each other and into each other and into each other. As they start to dance, the music seemingly having kept them contained.
They're like falling into each other?
They're starting to smash into each other.
Oh, God.
As they start dancing into each other and smashing and smashing and smashing as the final note rings out, and every single creature smashes all together, and suddenly before you at the center of the ballroom is this massive, abominable creature, undead, made of swirling limbs, bound flesh,
That's bad.
and just the rotting shreds of dresses of women for hundreds of years. And everyone to roll for initiative.
Alrighty.
I was with Vanders when we started picking up the dice early. Oh my god.
Did you do this?
I yell.
Yeah, that's my fault. Sorry.
That is horrifying.
Wow.
That's gross.
He says, "Get fucked." Hey, get over here. Things don't change, you know.
Thanks, man.
War never changes.
Hey, war never.
It's good to see you. Good to see
Yeah,
you
good to
too.
see you. Yeah. Glad to have the support of a friend.
Yeah.
And so we are going, as all of these corpses start smashing together, we're going to have 20 to 25.
25.
Shit. 15 to 20.
16.
Also 16.
Who's going
Annulin
first?
can go first.
Okay.
Bernard, what do you get?
I got a 6.
Okay. We are going to enjoy a...
We should burn it with fire. Fireball?
Dex. Wow, a 6. Still higher than Rodek is the Grave Behemoth.
Grave behemoth.
That's just the stat block, let me tell you. And then Emiria is going to roll and enjoy a wonderful ability higher than all you shitters.
No way.
Oh yeah. Well, no, not you're higher than that.
Not a shitter. Everybody on stream. You heard it here first. Not this guy.
Is not a shitter.
Not a shitter.
Firm for smash.
You should have a shirt that says not a shitter.
Okay.
Wow.
So as you start to see on this dance floor, the massive waltz has started to, as all of the dancers are swirling together their pairs, the female corpus start to smash together into this massive bloated form of flesh and rotting sinews as this creature seems to be sitting in the middle of the dance floor. They all combine into one. Vandus, what are you doing?
I am immediately going to dash and try to stab it in the back of the head.
Okay.
Well, which head?
Does it have it? Like, can we still see forms of dancers, or is it just like a?
They've all combined into like one horrific
Based on this
monster.
this token.
It was a joke, Andy.
Yeah, no, I know, it was a good joke. I'm assuming it's gonna be staring at the two ladies.
Yes.
And I'm gonna try to sneak up behind it and stab it in the head.
Okay.
20 total.
Great. That hits.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh baby.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? That's the sound of damage! It's pretty good. That's going to be 12, 13, 14, plus 5 is 19, plus 5 is 24, plus 6 is 31.
31.
Wow.
Okay. So you run up to it as you see this massive creature, this bloated, massive, hulking form. You stab it with venom spine. It sinks into its flesh and tears deep into the flesh. It does 31 points of damage, a ton of damage. However, as you do that, you rip into it and you realize as soon as you tear this fleshy husk, douche, 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 and we'll see how many zombies fall out of it.
It's a sack of zombies!
It's a noogie boogie!
Oh,
Where's the ominous jazz
It's a
music?
noogie boogie!
Oh no.
2 zombies fall
That's not too bad.
right on either side of you, and they immediately attack.
They're summoned creatures. They're summoned creatures, Mike.
And so they attack immediately.
Disadvantage.
This is real D&D, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm missing all
This is all very meta.
So this is all very meta. We apologize.
It's an oogie boogie. Do you remember what?
So you did the full
Disadvantage.
damage, but they're
Do you remember what our
disadvantaged.
spell was that we got from the
18 or higher.
The hideous laughter.
Oh,
Fail on one is going to attack, and the other one's going to be doubled 11s both times.
Cool.
Literally, that's 4 11s. So they miss and miss as they try to attack you. And with that, it's Emiria's turn. As she is going to run up, and she's going to do. Thank you, Derek, by the way, for the stat block. We really appreciate that.
No, we don't.
I do.
Sure, this is what the zombie token looks like. If I can.
Well, honest, I can't even see it. Oh no.
It's like Bioshock, like something.
Oh, really?
Or I don't know if it's actually Bioshock, but it reminds me of this place.
She is going to just swing in and slice twice.
Yeah, a little bit.
She whips out her scimitars and says, like, Sylvia, I think we gotta fucking kill this thing. And then she
me
pulls
too.
both her scimitars and just starts spinning. And we're gonna make 2 attacks against the Grey Behemoth. And we are going to, hold on. Both of those are gonna hit. And then that is going to deal some damages.
I'm only using the Dracula emote for the rest of the evening.
Okay.
And for the rest
Do it.
of this dungeon, only the Dracula.
I love that.
And she slices and slices in, and as she slices and tears through the flesh, you see that the bulging sack of flesh where these dancing female zombies and corpses have been contained are starting to kind of bulge out and fall down, but they are seeming to be contained. So,
Wait, that's not the Dracula emoji. That's the Dracula and the Mars emoji.
Well,
okay,
Dracula,
with that, it is Aenor's turn.
Dracula.
They're space
Okay.
Draculas.
No, they're
Duh.
Draculas
I
from
have a
Mars.
question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Spiders.
I had the circlet before.
You do.
And I have 3 other things that are 2. So did I?
You can only have 3
3
things.
max and 2.
Yeah, I must have gotten rid of my circlet somewhere.
I think that's just fine with everyone.
So where's your finding?
The spiders from Mars have been completely destroyed and eaten by zombies.
It's a wondrous item that doesn't require attunement.
Oh, that's why. Okay, totally.
It's not an attunement item. She's good.
Okay.
Cool.
So I'm going to use a circlet, a blast.
Okay.
So that is
The old Blasteroony.
old Blasteroony.
This is a full organ playlist, battle playlist.
23 to hit.
Hold
You
on.
think I don't fucking prepare for this shit?
Okay, we don't have to talk about preparing with music, okay?
Oh, I mean,
DM is
I use Spotify.
I hate you. Gricko's dead. Gricko is
No! Don't kill Gricko!
Make fun of my Spotify.
No, I'm
One more
just
time,
saying
Mike.
is that it is very deliberately crafted. Derek understands the pains of which I go to for a musical theme, especially for this arc. Because music is the theme of this arc.
What's your damage, Kels?
The music is literally playing this right now as you guys are getting fucked.
5, as in 5 whole points.
Yeah.
To whom?
That's how it goes.
To the beast.
Why do I have this thing?
The beast is the
Well, you got it
pumpkin.
like 2 years
When we
ago.
were babies.
Why do I... Somebody should tell me to take...
You should not
Just
do
shoot
it.
it with arrows.
Oh, I thought that was going to make more zombies come out.
So
Maybe, but it's better than 5 points of damage.
So wait, you basically put your fingers to the crystal gem on your forehead. And
Really
you go,
ready for it.
and 5 points of damage.
Oh.
You
No
blast off
zombies
your
fall
laser
out.
and just like TN, you die like a bitch.
No zombies fall out. Sylvia, you're up.
I'm going to just look at it, and I'm going to cast 3 glitter lamps into it.
You do that. Into the big fella.
Good lord,
Yeah, the
woman.
big fella.
The big lady.
Okay, well, that was an actual one. So one of them fails, but the other one is a 28 and a 25.
Both will hit.
Yeah, probably
Both
good.
will hit.
For a penny.
And it's 9. So 14, 16 damage.
Damage as both your arcs or your glitter lance. You see Sylvie extend her hand and you're used to the familiar pink glittery magical. However, these are not pink and glittery. These are swamp water and eldritch horrific magic that blast out green and gray and gross and smelly as they blast out of Sylvie's hands.
I'm going to, as I do this, I'm going to yell out, Alphonse, I'm going to fucking kill you!
And how much damage was that, Paul?
That was 17.
I knew that. Okay, cool. So Sylvie does that. Oh, it is Monsters 1's turn.
I love Monsters ones.
I look at the monster and I go like this.
It's going to do that, and so
Oh,
because
God.
you do that, I'm going
This
to.
is literally going to one-shot you.
I taunted it. I did a taunt. Hey,
Hey, I'm Sandy.
So as and it's gonna slam you twice, motherfucker.
disadvantage.
Fat Vandress.
Yeah, this is a Fat Albert. Duh. It's a cultural reference from a cartoon from the 70s.
15 doesn't count. Doesn't
No,
count.
it's a miss, bitch.
Fat Vandress. So
Hey.
now we have Fat
Is the
Vandress.
17 hit?
17's a miss, even for Fat Man.
So as this monster boosh boosh, Vandress's illusion just kind of just dances in and out.
We have Fat Vandress and Manuel in hands.
Yeah.
And with that, its turn is over. Oh no, both of them are going to also attempt to hit Vandress.
Oh, it didn't hit him at all?
No, he
No,
missed.
it did.
Disadvantage.
Yep, one of those zombies going to hit, or no, the other zombie's going to attempt, and that's that. So there are 2 zombies, and that's that. Roderick, you're up.
Finally going after I snap out of my 1,000-yard stare, seeing what's happening. I am going to run up. Do I get the sense that No, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm going to
fuck this
do
thing.
a power attack.
Yes.
You do it.
Go Nova, bit. Ooh.
Oh, I missed.
I'm gonna.
I'll do another power attack.
The AC is very low.
That's what I'm figuring. So this one is 19 minus 5 is 14. Does that hit?
That does it.
Okay.
Wait. So when you rolled a 2, what would that have been? A
2
negative
would have
something?
been it would be under 10.
Okay.
How much under 10?
So it would have been 2 plus 10 is 12, minus 5 is 7.
Ah, it misses. Barely misses.
It's an
But-
8. It's probably an 8.
Yeah.
Well,
9.
Probably 9.
Gives you a little wink. Gives a little wink.
So the second, this one attack to 10 plus 6, 16, so 26 damage.
Dang.
20 Rodek's,
miss.
Oh, God,
Rodek's
how many
cursed
zombies?
sword, the Crocodile Cleaver, King Krem's sword, smashes
Holy
into
shit.
it. And how much damage does that do?
26.
26, holy shit.
And I would like to
You were
attack
as
for a
helpful
third
as a
time.
hit.
Yes.
As a power attack.
That's good enough.
That probably hits. Yeah,
The AC is 9.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna fucking dumpster this guy. You just watch the paint job. Those are 2. So 4, 6, 12, 22 damage.
22 damage.
How the fuck are you gonna explain to me how you're doing this shit after this
Well, it's
session?
it's
after
the
session.
yes. It's a feat that I can take a minus 5 penalty to damage.
Right. Oh, it adds 10
Adds 10
flat.
damage.
Okay, I see. Got it. That's fucking gross.
Yeah. It's peak.
So, as you slice and slice, and you see the Crocodile Cleaver slashing in its magical properties, it is tearing open the flesh, and
Didn't look like
zombies.
Didn't look like the curse is going.
4 zombies spill out of it,
Fuck.
all around Rodek, and they
This is
all...
fine.
As the house burns around us like Rivington Manor.
Oh, no.
As 1, 2, 5, there we go. 5, and then a 6. Where's the 6? Oh, there's the 6. Boink. There you go.
Okay.
As zombies all drop, as you're slicing through this corpse behemoth, as zombies all drop down, and they're going to make 4 attacks on you as soon as these corpses fall out of this abomination. One's going to be a natural 1.
This is the least fun pinata I've ever been
One's going to be a natural 20. How about that? ladies and
Whoa.
gentlemen? And the other one is also going to be a hit. So that'll be boink, boink.
Goodbye, Rodek.
I mean, there's
Are you
still
keeping
zombies.
that natural 1? Did you add it to our die total?
Why? We didn't roll it.
No. Who rolled a natural
Oh,
one?
I did. I rolled a natural
Splash.
1. Yes,
Okay.
I did. Yes, I did.
7 points of bludgeoning damage.
From how many attacks?
2. As the zombies are smashing at you as they spill out of this corpse. Okay, Avantris, you're up.
I'm gonna redouble and try to stab this guy in the this corpse golem in the face.
You got it.
Assuming that it's now facing me. Oh, no, I'm good. That's gonna be a 14.
14, that hits. Yep, 100%.
It's gonna be 3, and 7 is 10, plus 5 and 6 is 11, so that's 21, plus 2 is 23, plus 6 is 29 points of damage.
29 holy shit. So, as you stab Venom's spine, it tears open this entire hole, but it looks like it's not quite enough. It's literally 1 point away enough from being able to spill zombies all over him. Just fuck him.
It's about damage? Oh.
So that'll be...
Oh, ba-ba-bee-boo.
Is that how it goes?
Seems like it.
Okay,
Number of points
so
of
you
damage.
stab Venom's spine and it tears open a hole, and it looks like there are zombies kind of swarming their limbs, and the harpsichord is kind of playing out as the organ kind of takes over. As Emir has finished this song on the harpsichord, now the organ has taken over the song of the room as this massive corpse amalgam is attacking you. Okay, Lumi, which is Miria, will then do what? She'll call out, she'll look to all of you and say, "How's everybody looking?"
I'm okay.
I'm alright.
I'm swinging my rapier and I'm just going,
She is going to. You're a little bitch, Avantris, and she's gonna just start to dance with her scimitars.
Those weren't fear screams, they were war cries.
Both of them are gonna hit.
Naturally.
Let's try a lower octave next time.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Jesus Christ.
I love Keenan and Kel.
Yeah, here it goes.
Remember Keenan did the remake?
Yes, the movie.
Yeah.
Kel wasn't in that though, was he?
Well,
So you see Miriam
was,
draw
I
her
have no idea.
scimitars,
I have no idea.
and while this music is playing, she's slashing across this massive beast. But she is staying focused on this monster. The zombies, however, are stacking up all around you. With that, it is Anyone's turn.
Manual in hand.
Manual. So I am going to use the volley attack pointed on Rodek, so it'll hit all 5 of those plus the big one.
Does it specify enemies versus friends?
It's just a point that I can see.
So it'll also hit
and I make
Right, so it hits friends.
no, I make a roll for each person that I want it to hit. It's just 10 feet around a point that I can see.
Are you sure?
I think you can.
Well, that's why I'm asking if it makes a difference between enemies. Does it say you make an attack against
Yes,
enemies?
it's any number of creatures within 10 feet of a point you
So
can
she
see.
chooses, yeah.
So she
Okay, cool,
chooses, so
perfect.
she hits with that.
And you have
So
to
that's going to
make separate attack for
be
each one.
basically everybody but number 2.
6, yeah. So got a 16 and a 10.
Both hit? For the big fellow? Yeah.
No.
It's the
I mean, it's an AC 8 for the zombies and AC 9 for the big fellow.
Then yes,
So,
both hit.
So both of those hit.
Okay, so that's 2 zombies down.
Both of those hit.
I thought it was an 8. Oh,
So you have to add your plus 11.
Shabblegoo.
So you have to
2
roll
more zombies
one.
down.
I think it's only one more roll. It's
8
5,
is 6
right?
total.
Oh,
Because
6
the
total.
big
So
guy.
I'm gonna hit. So this one will be for the last zombie, number 1. That'll be hitting him, and then
big
what's
guy.
The big guy. His
so
is
this is
9.
for the big one.
Let's get that 20.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
You have a plus 11
It'll
now.
hit no matter what.
I have a plus 8.
Yeah, so you hit.
Oh, okay.
No, you should have a plus, at least plus 11.
You hit. I will say
You were just
that
hoping
I'm
you crit it, that's all.
confident.
Okay.
That's the only reason you're doing the roll is to see if you crit him. That's all.
Okay.
Well,
So
or
now-
if she got a 1.
Right, or completely whiff. It's one of the other extremes.
You want me to do damage for same damage
Yes,
roll?
please. This is a full fight. It's not a swarm.
Okay, cool. That's 14.
14 to number.
All of them.
No,
you're
he
doing
wants
one
you to
for
do for each.
Oh,
Because
it's
we're
not a
not.
swarm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay.
So just
that-
go number 5.
Yep. So 14 to number 5.
Number 5, so I need to roll to make sure he fails horrifically. He dies instantly.
Okay.
I will need that token back.
Of course.
9 to number 6.
9 number 6. Okay, I have number 6 down, but he is he's still alive.
Okay.
Then number 4.
15 to number 4.
15 number 4. That's enough. Let me see if he passes. He fails his saving throw as your arrows
saving throw?
fly down.
Well,
When you kill a zombie,
I'm
make a
assuming it's
saving
a
throw, and if
creature.
he passes, he's
At one hit.
Oh.
Now number
So-
3.
Number 3 gets 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage, so that's barely alive.
Number 1.
Number 1 gets 14.
14, okay. Number 1, okay.
And then big guy gets 12.
Flush golem.
12. Big fella gets
Corpse golem.
12. As so you see Annulin just stand at the side of this room, and she fires her bow up, and just arrows rain down from above, firing into zombies, the massive corpse behemoth as well. And it's horrific, and it's not enough to tear open more zombies, but it's quite a bit. Sylvia, you're up.
I am going to.
Oh, come on. We got some Castlevania business going, guys.
Awesome.
Come on.
And with that, I'm going to fire 3 Eldritch Blasts at the zombies that are around Rodek.
Love it. Love it.
Oh, these guys are dropping like flies.
Hey, where are my things? There it is. There it
You're
is.
still zombies.
They're all wounded.
There it is.
Yep.
Doesn't mean anything.
It means everything.
Oh my god! I got another natural 1, so I'll add that to the pile.
Continue. Make sure you guys keep track of that.
Yeah, Nikki.
So
track.
you feel the Sinner's Gambit pulse as the dice collects your bad luck.
Yeah, awesome. And then the other ones are 28 to hit. Both of them. Are
Both of them hit easily.
They do 1, 3,
10,
6.
Hit.
15, or 17. Or yeah, sorry. So one of them was 10
Yep.
damage, and then the other one
which number-
was
which-
7
which-
damage.
which-
3 and 6 most likely. I don't think you can see 1.
Yeah. No, I
Three-
could.
Even through the big guy? I just didn't know. I don't know how that works.
Oh, I mean, I could have moved over there.
Up to
which
you.
I probably
Whatever you
wouldn't
want
have.
to do.
I just
say
have
something,
moving
yep,
myself because
yep.
range.
Whatever
So
you
But
three-
I failed on one, so it doesn't
3
matter.
gets disintegrated.
Heck yeah.
And then
Fucking talk, man.
7 damage for that one.
for number 6.
That's enough. As well, hold on. Oh, natural 1, so succeeds. So Sylvie blasts as you see these corpses that had been dancing to this horrific endless waltz. As they fall to the ground, have been completely disintegrated as this corpse abomination starts to shrink and shrink and shrink as these zombies.
Chelsea's pizza.
Got it.
I think she's in the bathroom.
Oh, fuck.
You wouldn't get it?
Yep.
Thanks, pal.
Yep.
So, as they shrink, there is Monsters 1 turn. So, Monsters 1, the massive corpse behemoth is going to turn. It's going to... open its mouth, this massive abomination. She's down there. Spew this horrific, putrid corpse breath.
Ew.
I think you're getting corpse breath.
Great.
Vandris, Rodek, and Agnew, please make a dex saving throw.
A dexterity saving throw, you say?
Here I am.
That's gonna be a 20 for me. Right? Or is it straight dex or
Straight dex.
Saving throw.
So
Again,
you're proficient as
18.
well.
Right. I didn't know if it was dex plus proficiency. Yeah, so 20.
Whoops.
Just open it.
15 for me.
15? 15 fails. Annually, I need you to make a dex saving throw, please.
Dex saving throw.
Oh, I got an 18. Or I'm sorry, an 18.
18, so that succeeds. So you take half. So, Rodek, you take the full of this.
Oh, I failed.
Necrotic. 11, 12, 15.
Necrotic, Rich.
15, 18, 18,
Fuck me.
20, 21, 27, 20, 30 rather, 41 points of necrotic damage as this creature opens up its mouth and blasts this massive breath of horrific necrotic.
That'll do it.
I passed with 0.
Half of that.
No, I passed
So
with
you,
20.
so you succeed.
So I take
You take
0.
half of that.
Yeah, because of evasion.
20, was that 21? If it's 40?
21, yep.
Yep.
Wow.
Hey, Annual, guess how
And
much
it's
damage Vandris
necrotic,
took?
so you literally don't do anything. You take the full amount.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not good.
That was not good.
It's like Mikey posted that meme on Twitter.
Then, also, let's roll how many zombies spew out of that.
Great.
Wow, quite a bit.
Oh boy.
4 of them, honestly. 8, 11, 8, 7, 8, 9, and then we'll just do 12. So they spew down. And they just boink, boink, boink.
Oh, I like
I have a lot of Castlevania shit, and if you're a Castlevania fan,
hot.
this is if you name that song, you'll get something fun. I don't know. And so immediately this breath spews out. You take this horrific necrotic damage. Suddenly, these dancers at the ball are standing beside you. And they then attack you as they are standing there. I love Castlevania. It is so fucking good. We are then going to get 2 attacks on Angulan.
Okay.
Fail, both of them. 3 on Rodek. Bum 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 bum. Or no, 2 on Rodek. Apologies. Both fail. And then 2 at disadvantage on Rodek. Or on Vandris. One's going to be a fail. Another fail. So they all are just swinging at you. And then, with that is going to be the entirety of the corpse behemoth, the great behemoth's turn. With that, it is Rodek's turn.
How much smaller has it gotten?
Considerably.
I'm just gonna keep going, seeing Annulan and Sylvie taking care of these zombies. I'm gonna make 3 power attacks. One is a 15, one's a 10.
10 on the which one which?
The big
It hits regardless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holy shit.
10, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Or 17 plus 12 is 27, 29, 39 to 49 damage.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes!
Yeah, fighter.
49.
40 also feet.
How would you like to do this? You
Yeah!
fucking human garbage.
Fuck yeah!
Dwarven garbage. Fuck you. You have a magic sword. Fuck this. I give up. How would you like to do this?
I want to.
Incredible.
I want to. He's gonna like lean down and corpse breath on me. I'm gonna get like completely obliterated, but I'm gonna like stab my sword in the bottom of his jaw.
Okay, you do that for Guru. Come on.
No, in the bottom, and then when he stands up, he's gonna split himself down on my sword, not even realizing it, and just like explodes open. Or whatever.
Fair enough.
Do it.
Fine. So, you see Rodek as he slashes in this massive behemoth of corpses of hundreds of these females that Alphonse has feasted upon. You just see the fang wounds on their necks. As it spews its breath, corpses now along this entire dance floor. Rook stabs King Krem's cursed sword, the crocodile cleaver, up. And then as it stands back up, it splits itself. And as all these zombies fall out, it doesn't realize what it's doing to itself. And then suddenly you see all of the zombies kind of struggle. And then as the eyes of this massive amalgam of horrible corpses experiences a death throe. It starts to crumble. As the harpsichord's music stops. As the organ takes over. As all of a sudden this massive abomination crumbles to the ground, all of the zombies around you do the same. The harpsichord stopping. As Rodek's sword splits it down the middle, all of the dancing individuals from this endless waltz collapse and disintegrate into nothing. And suddenly you hear a rumbling and a shattering of the mirror at the far end. And that is where we're on the session.
Oh! Are you fucking kidding me?
No, he's not. He's like, but I just got my pizza.
It is 11:35.
Wow, it's the latest
So
we've played
it is the latest we've played Prime in a while. So I have spent. Thank you guys for hanging out. This has been the most fun dungeon that I have. Derek and I have been working on this for a while.
So there's a lot to look forward to, is what he's
For
getting
next
at.
week.
Yeah.
Look at all that.
So don't fucking go anywhere.
Yeah, don't fucking go anywhere, guys.
Be here 7 days from today.
Yeah.
It is intense.
And if you're going to be at Katsucon this weekend, tell us how much you want to see your characters die.
Yeah.
Yes. I thank you guys for staying up with us. We really appreciate it. Thank you, players, for staying up.
Yeah.
This has been unbelievable. I honestly can't believe that we've gotten here. If you had asked me, hey, will the party ever get to Alphonse LeBlanc's manor and experience the horrific murders of all of his family in a variety of ways? Will that ever happen? I'm like, there's no way. There's not enough months, enough weeks. There's not enough game time. And here we are, and it's unbelievable. Oh, I need to figure this shit out now. Holy shit. Fuck. So you'll see more of that in our Avantris and Chill. We'll actually record it. We'll make sure it happens.
Yes.
There's going to be a lot of decompression from what just happened.
I'll be eating pizza, so I'm sorry. But
We'll all be eating, probably.
Yeah.
But
So
anyway,
who are you rating?
We're gonna raid our friends at Forge Breaker.
Oh, we
They're
love
awesome.
Forge
They raid us all the
Breaker. We
time.
love
Yeah,
Forge
they're
So-
wonderful.
Yeah, hell
Spread
yeah.
the love back.
Spread the love back.
If you're
Show
a
your
subscriber,
cougars.
Flash your hooters.
Heave your cougars
and
out.
just the Avantris and Chill session. Did we say that it is
Heave 'em.
subscribers?
Yeah,
It is
subscribers only.
So please sub to get the perk, and let us know if you're a sub how you feel about these Avantris and Chill sessions.
yeah.
We want your feedback, because if you guys don't like this, we'll figure out other sub perks. We love filming this shit, but we want you to like it too.
Yes.
Truth.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of extra content. But
Here,
anyway,
here.
we're gonna raid now. Good night, guys.
Love you guys.
Spread
Thanks for
love.
tuning in.
We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.